playoff picks?
Oh, life is Monday Night Football and playoff football coming together for one, and they're like my family all year long. I'm going to pick the Los Angeles Rams to get the job done. 35-27, did I say? Let me check it. Hey,
you're picking the Los Angeles Rams here at SoFi. I think the Rams won it tonight. A lot of talk about Matthew Stafford. I think he gets that weight off his shoulders tonight, but I want him to trust in the scheme and his players tonight. I'm going with the Rams 24-20.
They told me Matthew Stafford was a great player, but he was just stuck in Detroit. He came to L.A. I haven't seen great yet. I'm going with Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
You know what? They talk about that it's suffocating pressure on Matthew Stafford, but he's always so calm and confident, and his family's been through a lot of true pressure. Steve, I think he gets that monkey off.
Yeah, take it off, take it off.
Steve knows
So y'all all taking the Rams?
We're all taking the Rams.
I got the Cardinals. Let's go, baby, right here.
Hey!
You picked this up.
Like the final game of Wild Card Weekend. Cardinals Rams. Oh no!
Late afternoon in Los Angeles, where for the first time ever, the NFL will have a playoff game on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. For the visiting Cardinals, QB1 Kyler Murray makes his postseason debut against all-world defender Aaron Donald and the star-studded LA Rams.
What makes a moment or a man a classic? Becoming one of a kind in the time we have.
That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May.
The chances, as Lady Luck would have it, are rare.
I said that's life.
So when they come, like tonight, you gotta take them.
I just pick myself up and get back in the race.
Yeah, we're all on a one-way trip. But you can rise above the ride.
Many times I thought of cutting out, but my heart won't buy it.
Now, there's only one question to ask. And it's a classic. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready for some football?
My.
SoFi Stadium in Englewood plays host to its first ever NFL playoff game. And 27 days later, the Super Bowl, as we welcome you to the Progressive Wild Card Kickoff. Is there a quarterback under more pressure to win right now than LA's Matthew Stafford? And you try and keep JJ off the field tonight. The remarkable Watt is a full go for the Cards this evening. As are we. The winner goes to Tampa next Sunday afternoon. It is a great pleasure to welcome you to the ever Monday Night Football playoff game. With Louis Riddick, Brian Griese, I'm Steve Levy. Since the start of the season, no NFL team is more all in. The LA Rams had started with the acquisition of Matthew Stafford, who has thrown more touchdown passes without winning a playoff game than any other quarterback in NFL history. Lewis, he wants off of that list.
That he absolutely does. Look, he had 3 playoff games in the 12 years that he spent in Detroit, and we all know he was 0-3 in those times. And look, he has been one of those players who the narrative surrounding his entire career has been wonderful physical gifts, great individual talent. He can't be a force multiplier. He can't make everyone else better around him. Well, Sean McVay says, hey, how about this? I'll trade away the guy who took me to a Super Bowl, and I'm going to give up 2 number 1 picks and a number 3 pick for this guy who I believe is the difference. Tonight he has the stage. Tonight he has the bright lights. Tonight he has the whole world's attention. Let's just see what he does with it.
Yeah, and listen, he can't do it under complete pressure. He can't do it by himself. We're not going to come on the air tonight and not talk about the best player on the planet. That's Aaron Donald. And this man completely wrecked the game when these two teams played early. He had 3 sacks, a tipped interception, and tonight he starts his journey towards the only thing missing on his resume, which is that Lombardi Trophy. Speaking of Lombardi trophies, that's a man right there that knows a lot about playoff performances. The Super Bowl 50 MVP, Von Miller, was brought here for games like this to chase after guys like Kyler Murray in this division. If the Rams are going to win tonight, yes, Matthew Stafford has to play well, but it will be that defensive line and how well they play.
Von said it's like a Pro Bowl around here, presumably not talking about the tackling tonight, talking about all the all-stars that are out on the field. That includes Kyler Murray. He's got all the individual accolades. He won the Rookie of the Year. He's going to the Pro Bowl every year now, but time for a team victory. Head coach Cliff Kingsbury said this week he expects to see Kyler's best game as a pro.
And I think he's going to need to do that. You know, hands down, this is one of the most exciting players in the National Football League, and he does things at the quarterback position we have never seen before, but it has been streaky, and too much streaky as of late. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. Kyler has to play well tonight. He can't turn the ball over. He had 2 interceptions when they played, but he has to depend on that running game. James Conner is going to be a factor tonight, as well as Zach Ertz in a passing.
Yeah, and speaking of a quarterback who needs help and needs everyone else to play around him much better, this is a guy who you see on your screen right now who's going to provide that help to Kyler Murray. J.J. Watt, one of the most feared players in the league at one time. He's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald, as much as I love him, isn't the only one who's ever done it. And J.J. is coming back from an injury. I can tell you what, when he was telling us about it, it just made you cringe at the kind of perseverance and resilience this guy has. It needs to spill out into the rest of the team tonight if they have a chance to win this game.
Cards are very comfortable on the road. They went 8-1 this season away from home, the best in the NFL. Lisa Salters is up next. Then it's the Cardinals and the Rams with a trip to Tampa next weekend line on Monday Night Football, the playoff edition.
Here we go.
Everybody should be excited.
You know it's going to be fun.
What a game.
Never a dull moment.
We're going to have a hell of a good time here tonight.
How do they fit?
I don't know, Dad. I'm not comfortable trying on pants.
Oh, come on. I bet they look sharp.
You don't know who else has tried them on.
Let me take a look.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Oh, that's a handsome pair of jeans right there.
And squish. And squish. Okay, good. Keep squishing. Fingers relaxed. And squish. Great. Thank you. Good job.
Squish the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
A new home and new projects go hand in hand. With the Home Depot app, you'll pick it up in no time. You can pick up new skills in our Homeowner 101 workshops. Pick up new power tools with a tap. Pick up the things you need at our convenient lockers. Or even pick them up right from your doorstep. Pick up more of what you need so you can do more of what you love. The Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
Hustle, sure, but for what matters. When you do, it leads to amazing.
Welcome to the next level. The all-new Lexus NX.
Sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down. Then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me.
Feel stuck with your finances? Move your money to SoFi and feel what it's like to get your money right.
I jump up on the stage and do my money dance. I throw some money up and watch the money land. I do my money dance. I do my money dance. Jump up on the stage
Move your money to SoFi. You can earn up to $2,230 when you download the app and feel what it's like to get your money right.
Back in LA for the Super Wild Card Weekend finale. Could have some unlikely heroes tonight. Players suiting up who were not expected to even be in the building. Down to Lisa Salters.
Steve, there are several wild cards on these two rosters tonight. Players coming back from major injuries much sooner than anyone ever thought they could. And in the case of Rams safety Eric Weddle, last week he was retired. Tonight, he's suiting up for the postseason. Weddle retired after his 2019 season with LA and told me this week that he thought his playing days were absolutely over. And yet, here he is in a Rams uniform again, set to play in his 10th career playoff game. Because of injuries for the Rams at safety, LA gave Weddle a call on Tuesday and asked the six-time Pro Bowler if he was still in shape. Weddle said yes, jumped in his car, drove up from San Diego, was at the Rams facility in time for work the next morning, and says he's ready to play however much his team needs tonight. Rams running back Cam Akers returned to limited action last week, just 6 months after he tore his right Achilles before training camp in July. He wasn't expected to play at all this season. Akers got 13 snaps last Sunday against the 49ers, a test run for tonight, he said, and he expects to be used much more in this game. And then there's the king of the improbable comebacks. J.J. Watt is playing tonight, just 10 weeks after having his left shoulder surgically rebuilt. Watt told us he's not going to overdo it tonight, but has no concerns about how the shoulder will hold up. He said it's been tested in the weight room and on the practice field this week. He's fully confident in it and ready to roll. Steve?
Okay, Lise, from Weddle to Watt, this has the makings of a wild night. You've been watching the Progressive Wild Card Kickoff. Cardinals-Rams on ESPN, and ABC is coming up next. And Peyton and Eli on ESPN2 after these messages.
Don't wait till Super Bowl 56 for a great offer. DraftKings makes you feel like a champion all playoffs long.
Just hit me over! Hey, I want my parlay. Oh, yes.
Bet $5 to win $280 if your team wins. That's 56 to 1 odds. DraftKings, an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
Jim. Not the time, Jerry. Not the time.
Matt, I think I got my fantasy nights mixed up. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Snickers satisfies.
We found the right model. Now what would make you feel comfortable with the price?
Well, no one made me feel more comfortable than my kindergarten teacher, Miss Jane.
This one is special. And this one is also special.
What's really special is saying, show me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Look for me and stop overpaying. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Finally, our honeymoon.
It took a while, but at least we got a great deal on our hotel with Kayak.
I was afraid we wouldn't go with our divorce and... Great divorce, guys. Yeah.
Search hundreds of travel sites at once. Kayak. Search one and done.
History is filled with almosts. Those who almost adventured, who almost achieved. Then there are others. The ones who embrace the moment and commit. They calm their minds and steel their nerves with 4 simple words, whispered since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
Welcome to the next level. This is the all-new Lexus NX with intuitive tech.
Watch for traffic.
And our most advanced safety system ever.
Subway has so much new, it didn't fit in that last ad. Like the new Artisan Italian and Hearty multigrain bread. It's to eat fresh, refresh at Subway. It's so much new, there's no time for Serena.
Wait, what?
Sorry, we don't even have time to say they were created by world-class bakers. Oh, guess we did.
Seriously?
My bad.
Son,
It's time we had the talk.
No, Dad.
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places, so even here, I can use my new iPhone 13 Pro with 5G to share this video I made with your mom in cinematic mode. What? Plus, with speeds as fast as Wi-Fi nationwide, I can upload this fast.
I'm not sure you want to share that.
Too late. Already hit send.
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Just one of the reasons T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Arizona Cardinals battle Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. It's the grand finale of Super Wild Card Weekend on Monday Night Football.
SoFi Stadium in Hollywood Park, just 12 miles from Hollywood. So as you would expect, celebrities, the A-listers in the house, like Will Ferrell. There's Mia Hamm. Omar's got to be nearby. There he is. Garcia Parra. Sugar Ray in the house tonight. There we go. And there's Gabby and Dwayne. Thought they were on Kiss Cam for a second. That's them, not us. We said the Cardinals struggled down the stretch, right? I mean, they had a 2-game lead in the West with 5 to play, and they lost 4 of the 5. How about the impact coming into this one?
Yeah, certainly they've got to get their mojo back, and they lost last week against Seattle. It didn't look good, but they had a lot of injuries defensively. I expect a much more spirited attempt from them on the defensive side in particular.
Yeah, look, I think the Cardinals right now, the return of J.J. Watt, I cannot emphasize enough how important that is just from a professionalism perspective. And that's not to say they didn't have great leadership already. Rodney Hudson, A.J. Green, all those guys were brought in here by Steve Keim for that. But I'll tell you what, look, J.J.'s different, man. He's different. To be playing tonight after his shoulder basically exploded, that's a different kind of dude. To be able to come out here and strap it up and play in a game of this magnitude, I expect him to really show up.
Then there are the Rams. They were coasting down the stretch until the finale. Had the 2 seed locked up, then they blow a 17-3 halftime lead. They wound up in the 4 spot. They still win the division, but that's a very quiet championship division room after that game.
Yeah, and that was a gut punch. That's their rival, the 49ers, and the way that they lost that game, giving it up at the end. If Matthew Stafford has confidence in their response tonight, they have to come out and run the football. It cannot be drop back 45 times for Matthew Stafford. They have got to get that run game going. And if they get up, that's when they can have that pass rush start to tee off.
Yeah, they are much better. Since we last saw them, when we saw them in San Francisco, and San Francisco really put a beating on them up there at their home field, they really kind of revamped their offense. They really got Matthew under center a lot more, really emphasized the running game with Sony Michel, and now they look like a totally different type of offense.
NFC West division rivals meeting for the 3rd time this season. They split, each winning on the road. The Rams won the toss and have deferred. So the Cardinals will get the football first. That's Rondale Moore. How about the rookie out of Purdue? Good stare into his eyes. Matt Gay ready to kick it away. As we get ready, let's send it down to Michael Buffer.
The most famous announcer in the world, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NFL playoffs, and this is Monday Night Football. For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble!
Buccaneers need an opponent next Sunday. We're about to find out over the course of the next 3 hours who that'll be. Arizona or Los Angeles. Here comes Kyler Murray. Success this season against the Rams in the 2 meetings. Over 300 passing yards, 50 rush yards. He said, I've been preparing myself all week, telling myself to settle down, not make it bigger than what it is. It's football. I'm going to go out there and let it ride. First down and 10. On the ground, Chase Edmonds gets the first carry, and he's sent flying back by A'Shawn Robinson. Get to the Star Watch, and there are plenty of stars on display.
Yeah, we talked about James Conner in the open. He's going to be definitely a factor. Zach Ertz has to be a factor as well.
Kyler. Darrell Daniels, shy of the 30. Leonard Floyd made sure of that. Pick up a 2.
I think you're going to see some of this tempo from Arizona, trying to keep, when you have a great pass rush you're going against, you want to get them going, keep them on the field, make them run sideline to sideline. That's a big part of what Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury want to do to try to neutralize this defensive line for the Rams.
And on 3rd and 6, Eric Weddle takes to the field for the first time in some 750 days. Here's some LA pressure. Murray, deep shot down the sideline. And out of bounds is A.J. Green. David Long on the coverage for the Rams, 4th down.
Well, this is one of the matchups they wanted to exploit. A.J. Green, 6'4", going up against David Long, who's this 5'11". You see A.J. just ran out of room, but this is going to be a critical matchup to watch. Whenever Jalen Ramsey is inside, the Cardinals have tremendous length on the outside. How many shots will they take down the field outside the numbers tonight?
18-year veteran Andy Lee is back to punt. From his own 20. Really good kick. Brandon Powell will make the grab. And the Rams will start 20. It's a 51-yard punt. Matthew Stafford, 4th playoff start of his career. Made playoff appearances in 2011, 14, and 16. Lost all 3 of them. He said, you know, the opportunities become fewer and fewer. The point where you get a chance to go chase a trophy. Such a big opportunity. I don't think it's any added pressure to me, but it's not lost on me either.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford's a realist. He understands what's at stake tonight. He understands the kind of investment that Sean McVay has made in him. Here we go.
Sony Michel starts the backfield. And on 1st and 10, the give is to Michel, right up the middle. And that's how you start on your first snap from scrimmage for the LA Rams. Sony Michel for 35.
Great block. Watch this block up with the linebacker, and then the kick-out block from Whitworth. Great design. That's a big gap there in that Arizona defense that was exploited on the very first snap in a run game.
And you mentioned Whitworth. He's being helped to the sideline. Joe Noteboom will replace him for now. The 40-year-old Whitworth, the leader of that Rams offensive line. From the 45 of Arizona. 2 tight ends for the Rams. Fake it to Michel this time. Cooper Kupp in the game. His first grab of the night. Pick up a 5. Go back to that run block, see what happened to Whitworth.
Yeah, you see him there just blocking out on the perimeter. Move, you see Zach Allen just roll up on his leg. That's the friendly fire. Well, that's not necessarily friendly fire since that's Zach Allen from the Cardinals. But those are the things that offensive linemen dread and fear the most when they're blocking and have somebody stood up and then bodies are flying all over around their feet.
J.J. Watt is in the game for the Arizona Cardinals. First time since he blew out his shoulder Week 7 against his former teammates from Houston. And full snap on 2nd and 5, and there's movement.
False start. Offense, number 89. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Clay Martin, our referee tonight. That's Tyler Higbee, the tight end.
Yeah, we talked with Vance Joseph about what the role is going to be for J.J. Watt in this game, and he said, listen, he's a great pass rusher, and I think that's where he'll have his most impact in this game. But you can see, like, he was probably in Vance Joseph's ear the first 3 or 4 plays of this game. Let me in. And now he's in on 2nd and 10.
That's Cooper Kupp in the backfield. And they run away from him. Sony Michel back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Watt was in there along with Hicks.
And how good does this feel for J.J. Watt? Everything that he's been through, Lewis, to come back and to be a part of this and make a tackle.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know his quickness off the line of scrimmage, ability to read blocking. You see him field a double team. You see Jordan Hicks shoot the gap. That's how he makes everyone around him better.
There's 3rd and 10, so Watt kind of down. Great protection. Now Stafford in trouble, and he's going to be dropped. Marcus Golden, the sack leader for the Cardinals in the regular season, gets him. Golden had 11 sacks during the regular season, adds to the tally.
You know, he's trying to get the football to Cooper Kupp, but watch what happens in the middle of the field. The Cardinals are going to have a plan. They're going to double team him. They've got Budda Baker coming down and Byron Murphy in man-to-man coverage underneath, and nowhere to go with that football. It's a really nice design from Vance Joseph.
Johnny Hekker gets it away. And it'll be down inside the 10-yard line. So after that 35-yard run by the Rams to start it in Sony Michel, they went in reverse. 43-yard punt, scoreless early on.
Are you kidding me? I'm getting sick of the industry. Oh, please.
These stuffs wanna kill me, but I won't let it. And I try to give it all, but they don't get it. So I tell myself when I sleep at night, don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. This life will get you down, but I keep living. So I tell myself when I sleep at night, don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight.
Getting your paycheck up to 2 days earlier is another reason banking with Capital One is an even easier decision than this.
Which one are you going to open up first?
That one! No way! Yep, even easier than that. What's in your wallet?
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets the best deal. Like, what if I give you a lollipop? Then I give you our best lollipop.
That's not fair.
At AT&T, we think it's only fair that all customers get our best deals. And you get a choice of plans.
She said everyone.
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives both new and existing customers our same best deals, like up to $800 off our most popular smartphones.
In 2022 at Burger King, 2 is better than 1. Get the Whopper and the Impossible Whopper in the 2 for $6. That way, you can get all this for just $6. Start the year off right with the 2 for $6 deal at Burger King.
Oh, there's my little nephew. He looks more like Dad every time I see him. Dad is old. Right. So your message said you wanted to talk about insurance? I said I want you to talk about insurance. Well, most people know that bundling home and auto saves you money. Keep saying your words. But did you know that new customers who bundle and save with Progressive can save an average of $800? Sleeping baby. I love you too.
Run it. Time now for our player resume, brought to you by Indeed. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year winners. There've only been 3, and we've got 2 of them in the game tonight. I was lucky enough to grow up in that New York metropolitan area. I think I saw every game Lawrence Taylor played. He's the best defensive player I've ever seen play the game.
No argument.
On first down, here's Kyler trying to get out of trouble, and he'll slide down for a loss of 2. A'Shawn Robinson off to a fast start for the Rams.
You see Kyler Murray trying to run a lead draw with James Conner leading up through the hole with him. And they did a nice job out here on the perimeter, though, when he tried to jump it outside of really just keeping him boxed in. They did a great job when we had them down in Arizona when the Rams won. Nice job right there.
Saw Cliff Kingsbury. Let's keep in mind, this is his playoff debut as well. He and Kyler are forever linked together. James Conner in the backfield. Kyler wants to throw and was trying to hook up with Christian Kirk, and it goes incomplete, third down.
And one of the things we need to keep an eye on with Kyler Murray tonight is throwing the ball past this defensive line. In the last meeting, he had 2 balls tipped, and at 5'11", you know, he gets a lot of balls tipped at the line of scrimmage, and when he's got a big rush in front of him, got to find windows to throw the football.
3rd and 11. Single setback is Edmonds. From their own 8. Kyler in his end zone. Throwing on the run down the sideline, got a man open and split his 2 targets. Had Rondale Moore and Christian Kirk and split the difference. Gets neither of them, and it's 4th down.
Just watch Aaron Donald. Watch the mayhem in the pocket here. And then as Kyler gets outside the pocket, he has Christian Kirk going down the middle of the field.
That's how Kirk stops here a little bit. I think he thought that was going to go to Rondale Moore. A little bit of indecision between the 2 of them.
Second straight 3 and out for the Cardinals. Lee from his own end zone. See if Powell gets to return this one. From the 40 he will. And he is tripped up just shy of midfield. Tanner Vallejo made the special team stop after a 52-yard punt.
The moon's coming whether we like it or not.
This thing is a technological life form. What's the plan?
Save the moon. Save Earth.
Moonfall. And we'll prove it. Grab your current bill and go to spectrum.com/business calculator. Enter your current internet and phone services. Enter your monthly expense. See how much you can save. It's that easy. See for yourself by visiting spectrum.com/business calculator or call 877-888-9112 and we'll calculate your savings for you. And then make the switch to Spectrum Business.
Happy New Year! Celebrate New Year sale at Daniel's Home Center going on now. Your choice, power reclining sofa or love seats starting at $949. Vanity starting at $299. 6-piece dining set $999. Samsung 4K Smart TV starting at $479. Serta Queen mattress adjustable starting at $499. We have more for your home, refrigerators and stoves. At Daniel's Home Center, everyone is approved for credit with low monthly payments. For New Year sale specials, go to DanielsHomeCenter.com. Daniel's Home Center in Anaheim, Cerritos, and Chino.
Now you can get Spectrum Mobile for just $29.99 a month when you get 2 or more lines. $29.99! You get unlimited data and 5G included. And you get the most reliable service coast to coast for $29.99. Mind if I cut through?
No, go ahead.
And you also get the fastest overall speeds for just $29.99 a month.
$29.99?
Oh, I know. It's very good.
This is thousands of hours of advanced research and development.
It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
It is right to do what is right. Now is the time to open the doors of opportunity to all of God's children. Now is the time to change the pending national elegy into a creative psalm of brotherly love.
We shall overcome.
We observe Martin Luther King Jr. Day in celebration of his birthday and in commemoration of his achievements, legacy as an American civil rights activist who fought for equality for all. First down and 10 for the Rams from their own 48. Stafford wants to throw. Across the middle has Odell Beckham Jr. to the 35. Pick up a 17.
When Matthew Stafford gets under center and they run play action pass, this is where these inside breaking routes just open up second level behind the linebacker. And Odell Beckham has gained the trust of Matthew Stafford to now you can basically consider OBJ 1A to Cooper Kupp and they will go to him all night long, especially backside of 3x1, where he's got one-on-ones, where he will go to work.
See just the second career postseason game for Odell Beckham Jr. Lost his debut as a member of the Giants. Here's Cam Akers running behind Andrew Whitworth. Good to see Whitworth back in the game. Gain of 7. And there you see in the celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. Day today, and it's every day for Odell Beckham Jr. That's a tattoo on his leg as he checks back into the game.
Look, this is a dynamic individual, man, and Odell Beckham Jr. is one of the more fascinating players in the NFL. Matthew Stafford raved about his football intelligence, his intellect, his work ethic. He will play a big, big role tonight. It's just getting started for him.
Akers. Gain of 2. Chandler Jones the stop. Bring up a 3rd and 1.
Right off the bat, we're seeing a commitment by Sean McVay to the running game. First drive, they popped one. Now they've come back successive, positive runs on the ground. And Cam Akers, we wondered with that Achilles, they just got him back in a little bit last week, but he's going to be a more focal point of this offense tonight. There's no question. He and Sony Michel, and what Akers brings that Michel doesn't have is that breakaway speed, and in the passing game, really contributing.
Got a big package here as you'd expect on 3rd and 1. Stafford lowers his head, and let's see where they spot him. Really close. The official has first down.
You know, speaking of Cam Akers, it's just remarkable what he has overcome since tearing that Achilles in July. The rehab, the dedication to his rehab, the medical staff here in Los Angeles and how they have helped him along the way, how he really dove into the rehab process. I talked to Stephon Ubell, our injury analyst at ESPN, who is very familiar with his rehab process. Nothing short of just miraculous, spectacular with the work that this young man put in.
First down and 10. Back to Akers. Inside the 10. And the Rams are in business. And a flag comes in.
Holding. Offense number 73. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
That's David Edwards. They came off. He and Whitworth. Here's Edwards right here. Watch him come off on this double team. Right there, double team, and then Whitworth comes up to the second level. Edwards is in good position there. He's got that left hand outside. And as soon as the defensive lineman lunges for Akers, he gets called. But this offensive line is coming off the football, and it's a great sign for Sean McVay.
Push him back to the 35 and a 1st and 20. Akers cuts it back, and he'll get inside the 30. Jalen tops the stop. Down to Lisa.
Hey, Steve, well, Cam Akers told me he realized that the opportunity was going to be a possibility of coming back soon about 2 months after the Achilles injury, when he was moving around and doing workouts that were way ahead of schedule. But even though he got back quicker than expected, he said the road back was long and hard. There were lots of days. He said he cried on the way to rehab, was afraid he just wouldn't be the same player, but just kept at it. He said he feels good now, no soreness, no swelling. Last week was a test run, hopes to be used a lot more tonight.
2nd and 13. Akers out, Michel in. Cardinals rushing just 3. There's Tyler Higbee. Gets him back inside the 10. Gain of 22.
Watch him just run this little spot route right here by Kupp, and watch Higbee just curl right in behind it. It's just a high-low combination. You see Isaiah Simmons, he gets fixated on Cooper Kupp. Higbee just comes in right behind him. You'll see this all night long.
Rams want to go fast. Cardinals can't substitute. Here's Michel trying to cut it outside, and he won't get there. Kevin Peterson elevated to the active roster today. Outstanding tackle for Arizona. So Akers will come back in. When he tore his Achilles back in July, he said, kind of did what everybody did. Called his mom and cried.
Yeah.
And he told Matthew Stafford, I'll see you in the playoffs. And Stafford said, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Never believed he would ever come back.
Just miraculous what he has done, Steve.
We gotta be careful of these season-ending injuries that aren't season-ending. Second and goal from the 5. Akers gonna get wrapped up. Devon Kennard for Arizona, first man on it.
Real nice job by Kennard of beating Tyler Higbee inside on the block and just flowing down the line of scrimmage and getting the TFL.
Yeah, I commend Sean McVay for getting down here and trying to stick with the run. They ran it back to back. Now it's third down. This is where you're going to design something for Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee. They love the high-low and the combinations between these two guys right here in the red zone.
Third and goal from the 4. Left one for Odell Beckham Jr. Got it down. Touchdown.
You see Odell Beckham against Marco Wilson really just run the fade route and then go over top of him, pull it down. That's a nice job. You see Matthew Stafford here. You're seeing the end of the play and you're seeing the pinpoint throw. He did a great job of reading Budda Baker. He waited till the very last second for Budda Baker, showed the fact that he was playing middle field safety coverage, and went to the one-on-one matchup. Great read.
Matt Gay, 48 of 49, extra point during the regular season, and he's got one here in the postseason. And for Odell Beckham Jr., his first playoff receiving touchdown of his celebrated career. 7-0 Rams.
Jake from State Farm. What's good?
Oh, Patrick?
Nah, fam. Just your typical sneakerhead working here for the employee discount. But speaking of deals, I heard regular guys like me are getting the Patrick price. That can't be real, right?
Listen, State Farm offers rates to fit any budget. Even yours, typical sneakerhead.
Wow, just anyone now?
Yeah.
Man, these just sold out then.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
History is filled with almosts. Those who almost adventured, who almost achieved. Then there are others. The ones who embrace the moment and commit. They calm their minds and steel their nerves with 4 simple words, whispered since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
Thursday, February 10th.
Let me hear you, come on!
Find out who will bring home the game's most prestigious awards.
Makes it look easy!
Keep rising. Keep changing the world.
NFL Honors, presented by Invisalign. Thursday, February 10th at 9/8 Central.
They say your time will come. Well, who's got time for that? He doesn't. Neither do they. So whose time is it?
Big-time stage for Matt Stafford and a lot of pressure. He's got to read the defense really late. Here's Budda Baker. Watch him come over midway through this snap. He's going to double-team Cooper Kupp. So as a quarterback, you have to find the weakness in the defense. And there is the weakness on the weak side. One-on-one coverage. He doesn't force the ball into Kupp. He reads the defense, identifies a matchup. That's playoff football at its finest. Great start for Matt Stafford.
Rondale Moore. Let it go. Start at the 25. The Cardinals start the playoffs away from Glendale as a 5 seed. Likely stay that way, but They enjoy life on the road, as shown by their NFL best 8-1 record. These Cards are the first team in the Super Bowl era to win 8 road games to start the playoffs away from home. And you understand, you figure if you win 8 road games, you're dominant at home too. That just wasn't the case, and that's why you would never start on the road in the playoffs. Yet here they are.
Just wondering what kind of burgers those were. Those In-N-Out burgers?
Double-double?
Animal style?
Bingo.
Okay.
Stay with me, Grease.
Got it.
Under 4 to go, first quarter. Rams 7-0 lead. See how the Cardinals counter. With Chase Edmonds. Troy Reader at the bottom of that pile for the Rams. It's pushing and shoving. Again, these are division rivals. You would expect some of that.
You know, we all woke up this morning excited about this game, but I have a sneaky suspicion there were a couple of guys on this offensive line for the Cardinals that woke up and had a pit in their stomach saying, I got to go against Aaron Donald in this game, and right off the bat, a little skirmish up front.
2nd and 8. Weddle's in there. We'll keep an eye on him. Here's Kyler taken down at the 17. There's Von Miller with the sack, playing in his first postseason game since he was the MVP of Super Bowl 50.
You see Von Miller right here just continuing to work against DJ Humphries and gets the sack, and it's a good thing that he did. There was some miscommunication again in the back end, in the secondary with Eric Weddle this time, and he had Rondale Moore running a flag route, running a 7 route, trying to get him outside here and deep. Von Miller saves the day with the sack.
3rd and 16. Quick throw to Christian Kirk. He throws it back to James Conner. There is a flag down. Jalen Ramsey had an opportunity to make the stop, but it's a first down. We'll check the marker.
Looked like it was that first pass forward. Needed to be backward, obviously.
3-time Super Bowl official John Parry is always with us.
Yeah, there's a really good chance that this is going to be forward. Looked like he releases it around the 12, and then the receiver touches that ball maybe around the 14.
Illegal forward pass. Offense. The second pass was forward. 5-yard penalty. Loss of down. It's 4th down.
That was a good idea anyway, just not the proper execution.
I never liked these kind of plays early in football games, to be honest with you, because to me, if I'm on the defensive side of the ball for the Rams, I'm looking at this kind of thing as a sign of early desperation. You really think you need to do this in order to move the football against us? You can't stick to your base. I don't know if it sends the right signal. Game.
The Cardinals are wearing out Andy Lee. 3 consecutive 3-and-outs, and in heavy traffic, he got it away. Great kick. Brandon Powell on the fair catch. Rams have a 7-0 lead after the 58-yard punt.
The all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. Get thunderstruck.
On January 28th, the pack is back in an all-new movie event, only on Disney+.
Those ding-dongs went back to the lost world.
And I thought I made bad choices.
The Ice Age, Adventures of Buck Wild, rated PG, only on Disney+.
We're getting this story out there. We need a plan.
I have a plan. Right now, at T-Mobile, customers on Magenta Max can get the new iPhone 13. T-Mobile will pay for it. I'm talking new customers. I'm talking existing customers like Ronald.
The new iPhone on T-Mobile. Let's do it!
New and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers can upgrade to the iPhone 13 on us on our most popular Max plan.
Do we have a plan for the second half?
Nah, we're gonna get cream.
But we'll be on T-Mobile.
I'm surprising my team with a preview of the latest sneaker drop because I can answer any question about any shoe, but I'm stumped when it comes to payroll.
Intuit QuickBooks helps you easily run payroll in less than 5 minutes, so you can stay
one step ahead.
The
magic is calling you to stay at a Disney Resort hotel, where you're surrounded by the world's most magical celebration. The fun never stops. Special friends greet you. You soar to adventures with extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. And now you can save on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Why would you stay anywhere else?
You could wait all night for an email response from Steve, who will sign back in at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Or you could find the answer right now in Slack and give Steve a break. Slack, where the future works.
The grade 8 has set an NHL record.
Blowing his nose and bubble! Oh, and scores! What a goal from Dustin Brown!
Oh yeah, on Thursday, our featured NHL ESPN Plus matchup as Alex Ovechkin, the Caps, taking on the Bruins. And your Avalanche in LA right here to take on Anze Kopitar and the Kings.
Cale Makar, best defenseman in hockey.
Hey, it looks pretty good. So you've got him winning the Norris Trophy already, huh?
It's early, but I like my chances. See him at the All-Star game, too.
Coming up in Las Vegas, Cam Akers is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. And it's Corey Peters in the middle of that Arizona defense for a loss. Can we just talk about the Arizona offense for a second? Defense hasn't been on the field much. Arizona's offense, they've got 8 plays they have run for -3 yards so far. I don't know if that's nerves. You know, more than half this roster for Arizona has never played in a postseason game prior to tonight.
I think part of it's nerves. I mean, listen, there are a lot of new faces. Obviously, the coach and the quarterback, it starts there. But they've got to be able to run the football. The difference in this first quarter so far, the Rams are running the ball and Arizona's not, and that settles your whole team down.
And there's another example of that. Cam Akers. First down and more out to the 45. The gain of 15 on the play.
Watch Cooper Kupp communicate with Tyler Higbee right here. You see him looking in, and watch them just tandem block this on the edge. You see Cooper Kupp take the outside. You see Habenstein block out. Higbee climbs second level. It's just like fingers in a glove. Cooper Kupp, I'm telling you, this guy, look, he's a different breed. And when they can get blocks like that and get a hat on a hat, and Cam Akers is running with the kind of ferocity he is, it's going to be a long night for the Cardinals if they don't answer this.
I'll look a little closer on replay. Yeah. That ball coming out just before he contacted down. And they shut it down. Let's see. That's timeout. There's 1 left on the clock.
Timeout. Los Angeles, they're first. 30-second timeout.
With 41 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll take another look here.
Take a look at that.
Watch the right knee.
Yeah.
Yep, right there. He's good.
It was close, though.
Yeah, it was.
And that, it's a great play there by Byron Murphy. They talk a lot, Vance Joseph does, about ripping the ball out. Club, punch, rip. That's what they coach in Arizona. And be a great way for them to flip some momentum and give their offense a short field. And you got to give credit to Vance Joseph. He's done an outstanding job. It hasn't all been perfect, no. And as of late, they haven't played as well as they did in the first 8 weeks of the season. But he has a unique defense, a unique approach, and really he told us this was the first time that he's been able to build a defense from the ground up. When he was in Miami, he was a defensive coordinator for only 1 year, and then he goes to Denver. He's been here now 3 years, and this defense is 100% his.
Stafford to throw. Got plenty of time. Coming across, Higbee took a shot, hung on the ball to pick up a 14. Zaven Collins made the big hit.
Just watch Tyler Higbee right here running the route against Jordan Hicks. You see Jordan Hicks jumps outside. Higbee says, I'll just come back inside. Matthew Stafford has time to go front side to back side, survey the entire field because he's getting great pass protection. Right now, the Cardinals have no answers for the pass game or the run game and need to find something.
Final seconds of the quarter. Did they get him? There is a flag down with zeros on the clock. You didn't think they were actually going to run a play unless they were successful.
There's no foul on the play as the quarter had expired. Timeout.
That's the way quarter number one will end. Winner to Tampa, 7-0 in LA after one.
Microwave, did you know that Auto Trader has Kelly Blue Book so I know the prices are good?
Smart. Was I a good price?
Oh, Microwave, you're worth every penny. You're my best friend. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Honey, Gio's Pizza Palace just launched Cha-Cha Cheesy Bread.
I'll go wake up the kids.
Excuse me, a random sales rep just emailed for the 14th time about an important new offer that has nothing to do with our business.
Well, forget the merger. This is far more important.
Hey guys, a random sales rep just emailed for the 14th time.
The first step in selling your home is finding.
I love to win. For 25 years, I've been winning for my clients and the people of Los Angeles. That's why I'm proud to be the official law firm of LAFC. We all love watching them on the field, but even more important is the passion and energy we share off the field helping our community. For all the supporters of our black and gold, when you need a win, I'd be honored to be your attorney.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
In the last year, there was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. Could it happen to you?
Somebody used my identification and they had actually purchased the car and drove it off the lot. I didn't know what to do, but thankfully I had LifeLock.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats, and if there's a problem, we work to fix it.
LifeLock provides the type of protection I need.
Help protect what's yours with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. Call right now.
The world trailer premiere of the new Marvel Studios original series Moon Knight, streaming March 30th only on Disney+. As we open up quarter number 2, Cooper Kupp has 1 catch so far. The Rams have a 7-0 lead. See the total yardage. LA in Arizona territory. Give it to Akers. And why not keep running that football? Pickup of 5. The Arizona defense 26th in the league against the run.
Dan, I was just going to say right now on first down, look, the Los Angeles Rams are averaging 10.5 yards on first down alone. Vance Joseph has to come up with some answers here. And I know, look, he may be willing to give up some rushing yards, but you cannot have them set the tone on your defense like this early in the football game.
Well, what comes next is he starts to bring more guys into the box and he starts to pressure. And when you do that, now you're leaving the guys exposed on the outside with Odell, Van Jefferson, and Cooper Kupp.
9th carry. Cam Akers, pick up a 3. A 3rd down and short. Akers rushed for 131 yards last season in the wild card game.
Well, listen, this Rams team, they ran the ball 11 times in the first quarter. Okay, that is the recipe for this team. They have to stay committed to it, and Sean McVay understands and knows that his entire offense is predicated off run the ball and play action, and that helps this offensive line. They're not the greatest offensive line just in drop back pass pro. They found that out against San Francisco last week. So they have to have that run game to go along with it, and so far it's working.
Play clock winding down, and I think Stafford's forced into using a timeout. Those 11 rushes for LA in the first quarter, Grease. That's tied for the 3rd most in a quarter by the Rams in the Sean McVay era. We'll be back in 15 seconds after this word from Slack.
You could fret about that email you just sent with a typo, and most of the info is totally outdated. Or you could use Slack and edit your message after it's sent. Whew. Slack, where the future works.
So the Rams are down to one timeout, 13 and a half to play in the second quarter.
We talked a little bit about Cooper Kupp and only having one catch for 5 yards, but he opens up so much else. And you get Higbee and you get Odell Beckham going in the passing game, and then he's contributing in the running game. He's impacting the game whether he's catching the ball or not.
That's Michelle, top of your screen. They split him out. Stafford to throw. Scott Beckham again down the sideline. And he's crashed out of the 2. Odell Beckham Jr. off a beautiful pass from Matthew Stafford, gain of 31.
You're going to just see the swift release there by Odell Beckham out of the bunch. And you see Marco Wilson, he gets caught up with his eyes inside, doesn't see Odell Beckham running down along the boundary. Bad eyes usually lead to big plays. There's an example of it in the secondary.
First and goal at the Arizona 2. Michelle gets there. Touchdown, Rams.
You see just good blocking at the point of attack. The guy who really makes it go is right guard Austin Corbett, who gets a nice block that Michelle cuts off of, and then just gets his pads down right here. You see him just continuing to drive and get that ball across the plane.
Yeah, I think that ball might be short of the plane.
That
right knee's down.
Right knee down.
Look from this angle.
Right there.
Down. Yeah, I think it was short.
They're waiting now.
Ruling on the field was a touchdown. The previous play is now under review.
They'll take a look, come back with the result.
There's a production, Makami Bank.
FX's Atlanta premieres March 24th on FX. Stream on Hulu.
This is Antonelli's Cheese Shop. And we're the Antonellis. Do good, eat good.
That's our mission.
We chose our new Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because it gives us unlimited 2% cash back on everything we buy.
And it has no preset spending limit, so our purchasing power adapts to our business needs. We use our 2% cash back to help cover our employees' healthcare costs.
And that's how we take care of our most valuable asset.
Our people. It may sound cheesy,
but we like it that way. What's in your wallet?
The owner of this Apple Watch has taken a hard fall and is not responding to their watch. The emergency location is latitude 47.7, longitude minus 117.5 with an estimated search radius of 41 meters. This message will repeat in 5 seconds.
He's rushing the cooler. He's going for a Truly. He extends for a strawberry lemonade.
Hey, I'm the wild berry. I don't believe it. He went for 2.
Julian, you're scaring the customers.
Back to you, Jerry.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to make your choice easy and so tasty. Go straight to the Double Whopper Jr. with piping hot small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a refreshing small drink. Can you believe you get all this for only $5? The $5 Your Way meal, only at Burger King.
ESPN's NFL Wild Card is brought to you by Burger King. Get the $5 Your Way meal with the Double Whopper Jr. And Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, and motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Cardinals and Rams only met in the playoffs once. Back in 1975, NFC Divisional round at the old Coliseum. That's our pal Ron Jaworski. Had a rushing and a passing touchdown. LA won. Went on to the NFC title game where they would lose to the Cowboys. Saying he was down by contact, just shy of the goal line. Take the 6 off the board.
Yeah, that was the right
second and goal.
That was the right call.
Stafford lowers the shoulder. Going to have him short. Bring up a 3rd down and goal.
I understand the playoffs are by any means necessary, so quarterbacks have to be ready to do a lot more of that. But if it were me, I'd just turn around and give it to Sony Michel. This offensive line and these backs are running hard, and I'd give him another opportunity to punch it in.
Stafford's been dealing with a bit of a toe issue. Not Aaron Rodgers level yet, but he's run it twice tonight already. Here's 3rd and goal. Couple motion. Stafford wants it again. And let's see. Still no signal. Sort out the bodies, and it's going to be 4th down. How about those play calls?
Part of the reason I don't like this is because you get in there and you might get across the goal line as a quarterback, but the official doesn't see it. Now you can see it right there. I think he clearly gets across from that angle, but the officials on the side can't see it, so they come in, and by the time they get in there, the defensive line has pulled him out of the end zone.
And Sean McVay has in fact thrown the challenge flag. Good job by Marcus Golden, though, wrapping up Michel. 44 flashing in there for Arizona.
Los Angeles is challenging the ruling on the previous play that the runner was short. That play is now under review.
If they lose the challenge, the Rams will be out of timeouts for the half, with 11.5 to play in the 2nd quarter. But see the size of that screen?
Huh. Is that true? Geico's been saving folks money for 85 years?
Yep, that's right.
Wait, so if Geico's 85, that makes you...
Are you asking if I'm 85 years old?
I mean, sea turtles live to be 150, so... No, I was not.
Do I look 85?
What? No! You look young. You look young for however old you are.
Geico, saving people money for 85 years.
Tune in Sunday, January 30th for the AFC and NFC Championship games. Presented by Intuit TurboTax Live. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
Now you can get Spectrum Mobile for just $29.99 a month when you get 2 or more lines. $29.99! You get unlimited data and 5G included. And you get the most reliable service coast to coast for $29.99. Mind if I cut through?
No, go ahead.
And you also get the fastest overall speeds for just $29.99 a month.
$29.99?
Oh, I know. It's very good.
This is thousands of hours of advanced research and development.
It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Rotolo Chevrolet, Capozio Buick GMC. 2 names, 3 brands, 1 philosophy. Taking care of you, our customer. So whether you're up the hill at Capozio Buick GMC in Victorville or down the hill at Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana, or you're at Capozio.com or Rotolo.com, you're going to get the great service that you deserve. See what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet or at the all-new Capozio Buick GMC.
At Spectrum, we think kids need time to be kids. So Spectrum Advanced Home Wi-Fi lets you schedule when devices can be online.
Have fun.
And when they can't.
Sonic Fusion.
After review, it is a touchdown. Please set the game clock to 11:58. 11:58 on the game clock. This is a successful challenge, and Los Angeles will not be charged a timeout.
John Parry?
Yeah, you know what? Great job mechanically by the officiating crew, because it is next to impossible to see this football in the middle. So what they do is they come in and they look for bodies. And as soon as they find that body, that's how they determine whether it's 6 or not. Good review, good reversal to a score.
And I can tell you, they pull that quarterback out of the end zone so fast, the things that go on at the bottom of that pile.
Gave the extra point. Matthew Stafford has his first rushing playoff touchdown since 2011. First rushing touchdown in any game since 2016. The NFL Divisional Playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax Live kick off this Saturday with the Bengals and Titans on CBS, followed by the Packers and the 49ers on Fox. Then the action continues Sunday with the Bills and Chiefs on CBS, and the winner of this game against the Buccaneers next Sunday in the early window on NBC, and the Rams appear to be on their way. Very impressive start for them.
Yeah, this is the scenario that the Cardinals wanted to avoid. Getting down 2 scores where now the Rams defense starts to tee off on you. Kyler Murray talked about it. They need to find some rhythm, man. They need to find something that they can get to that will get them some first downs, get their defense off the field, and kind of calm down this euphoria that the Rams are feeling.
And we talked about all the pressure coming in on Matt Stafford in this offense, and they have delivered. They have been sharp. They have made the plays when they needed to, both on the ground and through the air. Really impressive start for the Rams.
Cardinals -3 total yards of offense so far. Need to get it going. They trail 14-0. Time now for America's favorite, Levy's Believe It or Not. Look how happy those guys are, fellas. The 1947 Cardinals, led by Pro Football Hall of Fame halfback Charlie Trippi and his Hall of Fame coach Jimmy Conzelman. Trippi turned 100 on December 14th. And these are the longest active title droughts. Wow. So the Guardians, by the way, that's the new name for the Cleveland Indians. You guys, I don't know if you guys caught on that, paid attention to that.
Yep.
Sacramento Kings, 1951, and the Toronto Maple Leafs go back to 1967. But the longest active title drought of the Big Four professional sports belongs to these Cardinals. And they're staring at a 14-0 hole. And Kyler Murray from the 25 on 1st and 10. Need to get something going, and that's not the way to start it. Aaron Donald says hello.
When we saw Aaron Donald against the Cardinals in their second game, we saw him do the same thing to Max Garcia. We saw him bull rush him. This time you see him just clean the hands and then come inside, and he has no shot. This is exactly, again, let's just state this very clearly. This is exactly the scenario that Kyler Murray said he didn't want to be in, because now Aaron Donald is doing what he does best.
Well, Cliff Kingsbury can't just go straight to drop back game either. Continue to try to run the football. We haven't seen James Conner touch the ball in a while.
2nd and 17. Kyler might have to make some plays with his legs, and he throws it way low into the turf. Wanted Christian Kirk. Greg Gaines was coming with the pressure.
See, these are the kind of plays right there that Kyler has to make. If he's able to get outside the pocket, which the Rams make a concerted effort to not allow him to do, those throws on the run where he's got receivers breaking open, he has to hit them. That was a completable pass right there that he just missed.
That's the effect of being in your first playoff game. Aaron Donald's running right up the middle. There's a lot. He's seeing a lot of pressure, seeing a lot of color right now. And when you do that as a quarterback, it's hard to stay active.
LA only rushing 3, nearly get there. Has to check it down to Moore. And he is crushed. 6-yard gain it goes for. Travin Howard, the stick, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, just watch Travin Howard here. You look at the vision they have on the quarterback. Look how they're all moving in unison on the second level, and then wham! That's when you know. You hear the sideline, you hear them yelling over there. They have them right where they want them right now. I know it's early in the game, but this is exactly the scenario they wanted from the LA Rams perspective.
Cardinals' 4th drive. They have not advanced past their own 29. For 3 and outs, Lee boots it away. As Brandon Powell has the sideline and stumbled just short of midfield. It's all going the Rams' way for now.
I am Hercule Poirot. The crime is murder. The murderer is one of you.
I don't feel safe here. I don't feel safe with any of them.
It was his scalpel.
Me?
There's your motive right there.
What do you want me to say? You murder! Lock the door!
Someone else is dead.
I want you to find who did this.
You lie in my face!
I will deliver your killer.
Death on the Nile, rated PG-13.
Feel stuck with your finances? Move your money to SoFi. You could earn up to $2,230 when you download the app and feel what it's like to get your money right.
Some people say, if you want to see America, see it on the 4th of July. But America is just as beautiful on the 4th of January or February. Stripped of its leaves, but not drained of its color. No one experiences a true American winter the same way. But those with the confidence and capability in the all-new 2022 Grand Wagoneer will remember the adventure as long as they live.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down.
We are here. For new homeowners, a football game can really bring out the parent in them.
It's smart we park near the exit.
Absolutely.
There you go. That way.
Let's put away the parking talk maybe for a minute.
Parking is where the money is, though. You imagine what this place pulls in on parking alone?
All right, no more talking about parking lots.
A lot of these are compact spots.
It's not pretty.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
We still planning to head out around the third quarter?
Let's not talk about leaving before we're actually at the game.
Lift every voice. When I think of Dr. Martin Luther King, I think about a man that led by example. It inspires me as a leader on this team.
It means a lot that somebody was fighting for my future as an African-American man.
Thank you, Dr. King, for allowing the world to see from your point of view how important it is to love one another.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day honors the civil rights activist and minister who helped bring about change and racial justice during his lifetime and continues to inspire the nation.
It's great to hear those guys talking about how Dr. King influenced them and certainly influenced all of us, and so many lessons to take heed and to live every day of your life.
Just shy of midfield, first down and 10. Stafford to throw, then there's some pressure. Showing off the legs tonight. Down to the 46, out of the slide. Dogby chased him out. It's a pickup of 4, and again, the toe we thought might be an issue last week, and Stafford said, look, I'm not going to be as fast as I was on my pro day, and I really wasn't all that fast back then either.
Well, he just needs to be able to push off, and I thought, that interception he threw at the end of that game against San Francisco didn't look like he could push off that back foot and really drive the ball, and it came up short, and that interception ended the game. But tonight, he's been able to move around, especially in the boot game. That's where he needs to be able to get out of the pocket, and that toe has not affected him at all.
Second and 6 on the ground. Sony Michel for a couple. Let's go back. Last week against the 49ers.
Yeah, this is where he got hit and kind of got up and he grabs that toe, and that was concerning to me when I saw that, because turf toe is no joke. But treatment he needed, and he's ready to roll.
People ran about. He said, "Look, I'm not going to show it to you, though. Not in the press conference. That's for other guys to do."
Yeah.
Here, Aaron Rodgers put his foot up on the table.
Smart move, Matthew. Smart move. We all appreciate it.
3rd and 4. Stafford to throw. And Cam Akers couldn't hang on. Right in his hands. 4th down.
I don't think Cam Akers thought this ball was coming. The ball's low. Matthew Stafford sees a linebacker out there, and he picked it up really late. Missed opportunity.
And if you're Jordan Hicks and you see Cam Akers out there, you might not want to flat foot read that. You might want to get up out of there and give some cushion, because Cam Akers, look, he just looks fantastic right now. He looks as good as he's ever looked.
They'll come back to that.
After the first incompletion of the night for Stafford. Hecker a punt, and it's a beauty. Skorotic downs it inside the 1. 43-yard punt, couldn't be better.
What if your resume was more than a resume? What if it could adapt and improve? What if it opened doors you didn't know existed? Created opportunities that let you be seen, heard, even help get your foot in the door.
I got it.
An Indeed resume never stops working for you.
Oh, here it go. Okay. Feel that lightning down in my soul. And if you wanna feel the thunder, baby, better let me know. Let me know. Hands to the sky. Show me that you're mine.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
MasterCard is working alongside Black women business owners with ways to get more businesses online and hundreds of millions in funding. Join MasterCard in showing respect and start something priceless.
Big news for heartburn sufferers. Introducing Zantac 360 Degrees with a new formula that has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts. New Zantac 360.
We all need help.
Well then,
Just not always the same kind.
wait, when?
Maybe you just need a little. Thanks. Maybe you need a lot.
Nice technique.
It seems like she's got it, but she might need an extra hand later. And when it comes to taxes,
So, where are you moving to?
H&R Block can help a little or a lot. At H&R Block, get the expert tax help you need, online and in person. Help is here.
Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. This is the third time in the last 20 seasons that a playoff game and the Super Bowl will be played in the same stadium in the same postseason. Last time it happened, US Bank Stadium, the Minneapolis Miracle, followed by the Phillies Special a few weeks later, Super Bowl 52. Here's James Conner, his first carry. You were asking for him, Grease, and you got him out to the 4.
Yeah, I would have loved to have had him in the first quarter. I'll take him in the second quarter. But listen, James Conner brought a different element to this offense. He brought a physicality and an attitude, and 18 touchdowns, oh, by the way. And he's been an unbelievable addition to this offense. But if they're going to get back in this game, they have to control the ball. And in order to do that, they got to run it with James Conner.
Longest play from scrimmage so far for Arizona is 6 yards. Kyler from his end zone. Deep shot, got a man. And let's see. Had it. Now they're talking about it. Nick Scott came over with the big hit on A.J. Green, and there's still a conversation. And they're definitely getting help from that Arizona sideline.
I'll give credit to Nick Scott because he came over and he's in that tough position, that these defensive backs are in with a defenseless receiver. And it looked like he made a nice clean hit on A.J. Green.
John Parry, what'd you see?
He's got to control the football, which he does. Check. 2 feet, check, but no football move. As soon as he's hit, he's going to the ground. I think he needs to survive the ground with control of the football. I have an incomplete pass.
Yeah. What a heads-up play from Nick Scott. We talked a little bit about no Jordan Fuller, no Taylor Rapp in this game. Everybody was talking about Eric Weddle and signing him, but Nick Scott was the one that Raheem Morris was depending on. He's been elevated to that starter position, and that's really well done.
Yeah, what made that such a great play, they're playing cover 2. The wide receiver gets an outside release, so now the safety on the hash has to travel even further. It's the one thing he doesn't want, an outside release, and Nick Scott, he comes screaming, makes a perfectly legal hit to me. That's as good as you can do it as a safety when your corner puts you in a tough position like that.
I think A.J. Green is headed to the medical tent. I'm not sure we ever got an original call on the field. Usually need a jump-off point, place to start.
Well, the ball's up at the 25, so I think they ruled it a completion.
Good reminder, 3 teams on the field, and there's a lot of pressure and a lot of eyeball these officials throughout this Super Wild Card weekend.
Ruling on the field was a catch, followed by a fumble that went backwards at the 24-yard line. The ball will be placed at the 24-yard line, first down.
Well, the question is, where's the football act, to John's point? And he got 2 feet on the ground, and the officials on the field must have deemed that there was a football act. Maybe it was that hop step. It was 1 foot and then a hop step, John.
Yeah, I don't think the ball is completely under control when he takes the hops, the little step there, and then he gets hit and the ball comes out. Surprised we don't have a challenge.
There we do.
There it is.
Sean McVay's second challenge. Sean got the last one right.
But Sean's thinking, listen, they're backed up. I got them right where I want them. And this gets them out of a hole. And that's worthy enough for me to challenge that rule on the field.
Los Angeles is challenging the ruling on the field of the previous play. That play is now under review.
And a big reason why Sean McVay kept that one timeout. Remember the touchdown review, and now this one too.
Let me tell you, you want to be successful? You gotta hustle. You gotta go the extra mile. Make a name for yourself. Have a firm grip. Always dress for success, and you gotta show them who's boss.
Thanks for coming in. We'll get back to you. Hustle, sure, but for what matters. When you do, it leads to amazing.
Welcome to the next level. The all-new Lexus NX.
Breaking into your heart like that. The first step when I left took my beat. I like the moon rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you 'cause I can see it. First step right. Get it, let it roll.
I'm the latest hashtag challenge, and everyone on social media is trying me. I'm trending so hard that hashtag common sense can't keep up. This is gonna get tens and tens of views. But if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you could be left to pay for this yourself.
Get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem for a whole lot less.
If you ever hear that thunder, put your eye to the sky, boy, and wonder. Carry onward like some songbird, beautiful stranger. Carry onward like some songbird, beautiful stranger.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
After review, the pass was incomplete. It'll be third down at the 3.5-yard line. This is a successful challenge for Los Angeles, as this is their second consecutive successful challenge. They now have one additional challenge.
There's another look at it. So McVay, who went 1 for 1 the entire regular season on challenges, goes 2 for 2 tonight in the first half in the wild card game. And because of that, they will get a third challenge. If he would have been wrong on that challenge, they would have been out of challenges for the rest of the game.
Right.
And that could have been significant.
You got to get 2 right to get your third, yeah.
2 will get you 3.
And John Perry, he's always right, so he was right again.
I appreciate that.
Super Bowl JP.
Sean was with us there.
Yeah, he was.
No football move, time element. Right hand came off the ball a little bit. Nice job with replay to make it an incomplete pass.
So because that play didn't happen, now A.J. Green is running back on the field.
Well, and this is what Sean wanted. Backed up, 3rd and long, get this crowd into it, flip the field, another opportunity for 99 to rush.
So a lot going on. 8 minutes to play in the half. The Cardinals find themselves backed up on a 3rd and 7. And Nick Scott makes the great defensive play for the Rams. So here we go. Rams pressure is picked up. Kyler! Did he get rid of it? It's intercepted! It's David Long! Into the end zone for the touchdown. Troy Reeder got the hit on Murray. Nearly had him for the safety for 2. Instead it's 6, and it's a Rams touchdown.
Just have to know the situation in the game. Troy Reeder's going to come on a pressure. Edmonds is going to try to block him. You can't hold the ball if you're Kyler Murray. You're standing in your own end zone. You can't pump it like that, and then you absolutely can't do that.
And what you see there by David Long is, again, great vision. Playing the flat defender, just reading the quarterback, playing it high to low, break on the football.
And how big was that challenge from Sean McVay? That's what he wanted. He wanted an opportunity to rush Kyler Murray in the end zone, knowing his defense could be aggressive up 14, and it pays off for him.
Matt Gay, the extra point. And it's all Rams. It's all gone wrong for Arizona. 21-0 Los Angeles.
We started this game talking about this Arizona Cardinals team, how they could look great. They looked great beating these Rams right here in SoFi early in the year, but they can also be streaky. And when you put them under pressure, under the spotlight of the playoffs, how are they going to respond? And so far in this first half, couldn't go any worse.
And how about David Long? He had 1 interception this season. It was week 1 here on the opening drive of the season. He picked off Andy Dalton in the end zone, comes up with a pick 6 here. And we're seeing some of the playoff inexperience, I think, by the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, playoffs or not, a quarterback can't hold the ball in your own end zone. And you're trying to do too much, and bad things happen. And then he panics when he's trying to avoid a safety, and he gives up 7 points.
Look, it's going to be imperative that they get to certain plays and certain players in order to get something going and get things calmed down. Who am I talking about? Look, Chase Edmonds, James Conner out of the backfield, Zach Ertz in the middle of the field. Those are the guys that have to be featured.
There's Rondell Moore. Can't get a play from their special teams either. Antoine Brooks, the special teams stop. The Cardinals have -1 yard total offense. Under 8 to play in the first half.
This is the worst possible scenario. But again, they have to go back to their best players, best plays. It just cannot be a grab bag. Let's just try this, try that. They have to get to their best players. Their running backs are their best players. Their tight end, Zach Ertz, is their best player. They have to touch the ball.
Kyler's first interception in his last 152 pass attempts. Going back to week 15. Murray under pressure again. Throws the middle of the field, able to complete. It's Zach Ertz. The Cardinals needed that.
First time we've called his name tonight, a little tight end screen. He's been involved a lot in the pass protection. Jalen Ramsey's been on him a little bit tonight, and they just need to get him going. The middle of the field is where Kyler Murray has feasted this year. Completed over 80% of his passes. The Rams have given up upwards of 70% plus completion percentage between the numbers. Start attacking that area of the field.
Second and 5 from their own 18. James Conner has the first down. Their first down of the night. Gain of 11.
And I love getting the ball to James Conner, and it's one series too late. You know, it's like now you're down 21-0. It's a completely game then 14-0. It just is. And now you're in a passing situation. You know, you can come out and run the ball if you want, but now you really have to begin to throw the ball more, and that's exactly what the Rams defense is built to stop.
Murray has plenty of time. Now he'll throw sideline. Too high for Chase Edmonds. During the regular season, this Rams defense had more interceptions than passing touchdowns allowed.
Watch Zach Ertz here, just running what they call like a wide basic, coming across the middle of the field. And Kyler Murray's looking at him. You see him calling for the football. It looked like he had a window to throw it in. But see, we're talking about holding on to the football there in the end zone with the turnover. He's got to get the ball out of his hand and get the ball to this guy in the middle of the field.
Juggled, and he took it back. Rondale Moore off his hands to David Long, and he gave it right back to Moore. That'll go as a eventful gain of 11 yards.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen this. Off his hands now. Offense going to take it back from him.
Wow.
But you know what? Sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Looked like David Long started to run with the ball.
Here's Edmonds out of the Wildcat to midfield.
Just helter-skelter from this offense. And listen, you know, sometimes those things give you a little bit of momentum. I think there's one goal in mind right now for the Cardinals before halftime. That's go down, score a touchdown here, and get a stop on defense and make this a two-score game. That is your singular focus, whatever, by any means.
From midfield. Rams bring some pressure, get it out to Moore quickly, and he is upended. Von Miller for the loss. Miller having an excellent first half.
Von Miller read that all the way. He had his eyes on this. You see him right here. Christian Kirk just stands him up at the line, then just gets into pursuit mode.
Rondale Moore is a 4-3 guy, and Von Miller's 32 years old. He's still got a little juice left. It's that playoff juice.
Yeah, this crowd will give you that. It is crazy in here right now.
Second and 12. Off the fingertips and intercepted. Marquise Copeland comes up with it. Cardinals, just when they had something going. And it's a Rams party in the end zone. Kyler's picked off for the second time tonight.
This is on the quarterback. Just why this is going to be a simple screen, and Conner's going to come out right here. You got to give him a little bit of time to see the football. Put it out here where he can go towards it. Instead, it's up high and it's hard. It's very difficult for a running back to pick up that ball when it's thrown that hard on a screen. You got to have touch.
And he talked about how pressure affects young quarterbacks. And Leonard Floyd just screaming in his face, all 6'5" of him with his arms up in the air. Sped up his process right into a mistake.
See if the Rams take a shot here. From their own 49. Stafford wants it. And overthrew Cooper Kupp. Kupp still has one catch, and they still have a 21-0 lead, under 5 to play.
That might be the most impressive thing we've said about the first half for the Rams, because this offense runs through number 10. And whether it's in the passing game and now late in the season without Robert Woods and without Johnny Munt, their tight end, the run game even goes through number 10. So the impact that he has on on this offense is every single snap, and it's not just catching the ball. Tonight's a perfect example.
And maybe the Cardinals have taken him away, but everything else is working.
Yeah, they double him, and Odell gets a touchdown, right? Like, those kinds of plays happen all the time.
Stafford, middle of the field open, Odell Beckham Jr. There's a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
I think they're going to get Andrew Whitworth. He tackled Marcus Golden, kind of fell down. He was going down and got his right arm wrapped around Golden. It's the right call.
Holding. Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Wipes out a 24-yard gain.
You know, he got hurt in that ankle, and it doesn't look like he's got the same kind of movement or balance. See how he crossed over with his legs? You never want to do that as a tackle, and he got crossed over and was just trying to protect his quarterback.
The 8th 40-year-old player to start an NFL playoff game, and the oldest active player in the NFL not named Tom Brady. And the winner tonight will go to Tom's house next Sunday, early window on NBC. 2nd and 20. In the backfield, Akers is rocked. Forget about it. Tanner Vallejo for the loss of 2.
J.J. Watt talked about the fact that first and second level players, when you're going against these outside zones, you have to get penetration. You have to play downhill. That's downhill right there, folks. That's picture textbook. Textbook. Now, you have a 3rd and long situation. You still have 3 minutes and 40 seconds and counting in this first half. They have got to get off the field here and see if they can get some points here before we go to intermission.
Well, if I'm Vance Joseph, I'm going to be aggressive here. What you really need is a turnover. Maybe you can confuse Matthew Stafford and get a tip ball interception.
3rd and 22, Jake Funk, the rookie from Maryland, picks up 8.
I like that call from Sean McVay. Take that scenario I just laid out, take it out of the equation. And we talked with Sean, and I asked him about, you know, the fact that Matthew Stafford has thrown 8 interceptions here towards the back end of the season, and how you can manage that. And he said, I don't want to take his aggressiveness away because that's what makes him great, but there are things that I can do, my demeanor and the way I call plays or tell them just take what they give you. I thought that was a good example.
Johnny Hekker, the highest paid punter in the game. That's a 45-yard punt. Not pretty tonight for Kyler Murray in his NFL playoff debut.
Yeah, you hold the football too long and then just throw it up carelessly in your own end zone. Bad things are going to happen. There you see his process get sped up on the screen, trying to get the ball to James Conner. Leonard Floyd with nice pressure off the edge. They had something going that last drive, Steve. You mentioned the fact that they had the ball moving along. They started getting Zach Ertz involved in the offense. James Conner had an appearance there in that drive. Just got to put it all together.
Kyler's completion percentage during the regular season was 2nd in the NFL behind only Joe Burrow. He's been off target here tonight. 2:46 to go in the half. Flags come in. Let's see who moved first.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Arizona Cardinals started the season 7-0. Early December, they're 10-2. Best record in the NFL. 2-game lead in the West with 5 to play. They wind up dropping 4 of the last 5, and you wonder what's going to carry over into the postseason. Maybe we're seeing some of that tonight, but we're also seeing them against a very good Rams team. 1st and 15. Here's Murray being chased. Now looks to run, and wanted Daniels. Got a little history tonight. The pick 6 from David Long is the shortest pick 6 in NFL postseason history. So there you go, fellas.
Those 6 points count, though, all the same, don't they? And you know what? It got this crowd just into an absolute frenzy if it already wasn't that way. And now trying to drive at it deep out of your own territory for this Cardinals offense, and that's just a daunting task. And this place is just getting louder and louder and louder.
Pressure on Kyler, got rid of it. And that was closer to a Ram than it was to Zach Ertz. Just look out of sync tonight.
Well, Raheem Morris is having fun now. He's going to bring this linebacker, and that's going to force Beachum to come down. But that leaves the end free. That's, Leonard Floyd coming free. Now, look, this is communication, right? Arizona offensively completely out of sorts, and Raheem Morris, he smells blood in the water. He's going after it.
Raheem Morris will be a candidate for a head coaching job with 8 vacancies around the NFL. Here's 3rd and 15 now. Kyler from out of his end zone, able to complete to Moore, and he'll get out to the 11-yard line, pick up a 6, 4th down. The Cardinals have yet to convert on 3rd down. They're 0 for 6.
You get a combination of the Cardinals kind of breaking down and losing their composure and then not being able to run the football, and you couple that with what this Rams defense does well, rushing the passer and playing pass defense, and this is what you get.
That's David Long down on the field at the 20 being attended to. 2:09 to go here in the half. Long, who had been mostly a special teams player, has played a big role on defense here tonight.
Well, we had some questions coming into this game about this secondary for the Rams. Remember last week they did not look good. They gave up that 2-minute drive to Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers. The week before that, when they were playing the Ravens, there was a lot of back and forth between Jalen Ramsey and Taylor Rapp, and then they bring in Eric Weddle, and they're trying to settle down that DB room. And nobody has, for Arizona, they haven't even challenged that secondary or put them on Front Street, and they've gotten away with it.
That'll take us down to the 2-minute warning. It's been all Rams, leading the Cardinals 21-0.
Network.
Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Squares is back, and your chance to make the biggest play of the season is here. Touchdowns, field goals, extra points, 2-point conversions, safeties, even a pick 6. Every time they score points in the Super Bowl, you could score 2. Everyone who signs up has a chance to win one of 2 $500,000 prizes. One way to enter, 2 ways to win. 0 reasons not to play. Sign up for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com.
2 or more lines. $29.99. You get unlimited data and 5G included. And you get the most reliable service coast to coast for $29.99. Mind if I cut through?
No, go ahead.
And you also get the fastest overall speeds for just $29.99 a month.
$29.99?
Oh, I know. It's very good.
This is thousands of hours of advanced research and development.
It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Now with Spectrum Mobile, if you get 2 or more lines, it's just $29.99 a month each. $29.99! And you get everything. You get unlimited data. You also get this.
Technology that delivers the fastest overall speeds.
You had a copy of that, right? Good thinking. There's no contracts, added taxes, or hidden fees. Sorry, lawyers. But you do get nationwide 5G included. It's like we got some weather coming in. Cloudy, with a chance of the best deal in mobile. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store.
Franchise all-time victories. Last time was 2008 at Carolina. Before that, 1998 against Dallas. And they are up against it here, down 21-0 in LA. Here's Andy Lee for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch. And the Rams will have it from their 42 after a 47-yard punt. Coming up, USAA Insurance Halftime. Make sure you stay tuned for the world trailer premiere of the all-new Disney Plus original series, Marvel Studios' Moon Knight. That's coming up at halftime. Marvel Studios.
Well, after 13 seasons and an 0-3 mark in the playoffs and all those time in Detroit, now Matthew Stafford comes out, and this has got to feel really good for him. He's only had to throw the ball 8 times in the first half. He's completed 6 of them. They've really got this run game going and taking the pressure off of him.
And the Rams are going to get the football to start the third quarter, too. So there's that. Cooper Kupp continues to play the role of decoy. Sony Michel runs out to the 50, dragging Jalen Thompson, gain of 8.
It's just the power these running backs are running with between the tackles, and how this offensive line and the tight ends and the wide receivers are getting their faces on blocks. And the Cardinals aren't getting off blocks. It's just that simple.
On 2nd and 2. Not even close. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
It's really interesting to watch Sean McVay here right before half for a minute and a half, and only 1 timeout, and he's running the football, and he's content just to bleed the clock. I think if they would have got some yardage there, you know, he might have gone up tempo, but you get back into a 3rd and 4 or 5 situation, you're content to bleed some clock, because if you don't make it, you're going to have to punt.
I mean, if the Cardinals have any chance of getting back in this game, this drive is crucial, as is the one coming out in the second half. They cannot give up points here.
Kupp, Beckham, Jefferson all to the right on 3rd and 5. Stafford's looking left the whole way, and it's dropped. Higbee had it, and then he didn't. 4th down, 42 seconds left. Arizona has all 3 timeouts.
Boy, Higbee doesn't normally drop those balls. He's got really heated up here towards the end of the season. He had 2 touchdowns in the game a week ago, and I know you talked about Odell Beckham being 1B to Cooper Kupp's 1A. I would put Tyler Higbee right there as well. Got some really good options in the passing game.
We'll give him 1C. Keep on moving down the line.
Hecker gets it away. Fair catch, and that's muffed. And then recovered by Christian Kirk. I mean, what else can go wrong for these Arizona Cardinals? The playoffs all set up for next week. Cincinnati and Tennessee, Buffalo, Kansas City, San Francisco, Green Bay, and then who's going to play the Buccaneers next Sunday? Right now it looks like the Rams. You know, the Rams and the Cardinals could still get another home game the way this crazy bracket plays out. Now San Francisco would have to win, and LA or Arizona would have to win next week, and then either here in Englewood or in Glendale could host the NFC Championship game. Don't close up these stadiums, not yet. Let's see. Let's see how the Cardinals are going to play this down the stretch. It's Eno Benjamin, his first carry. It doesn't appear that anyone wants to stop the clock now.
Yeah, the Cardinals need to get in there to the locker room and regroup, man. And they really have to come out with an intentional plan as far as getting this ball to their playmakers. And they got to stop making mistakes, shooting themselves in the foot. And Kyler Murray's going to have to pick it up. He's just going to have to pick it up, and the defense is going to have to help him.
Can't wait to hear Lisa's report from Cliff Kingsbury. That'll be an interesting halftime. All Rams up 21-0 at the break. Stay tuned for the USAA Insurance halftime.
USA, this is Stephanie.
Hi, this is Robert. I'd like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
I can help you with that. What's your member number?
87.
It should be between 5 and 12 digits.
Busted. This is Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. I'm not a member.
Mr. Gronkowski, USAA is for the military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
Oh, but I'm special.
USAA. It's still only for the military community.
USAA, an official insurance sponsor of the NFL, presents the USAA Insurance Halftime.
Welcome to the USAA Insurance Halftime. This doesn't bode well for the Cardinals. They haven't been able to rally from any deficit since Week 8. So what's working for the Rams?
Everything. But underneath the insanity of Kyler Murray, what you have is OBJ heating up, not only in the one-on-one game in the end zone. You see this first play. We've seen this throughout the last month. One-on-one routes with OBJ. That part of the game is a threat to the rest of the teams in the playoffs. But it's also the running game. Here's a really cool little design by Sean McVay in the running game. And if the Rams start running the football, it takes all the heat off of Matthew Stafford. And then also out of the huddle with some design, a little wheel route to OBJ. If OBJ heats up and the running game goes, I don't know how every team in the league can be beat by this Rams team.
Yeah, I completely agree with you with that running game and OBJ. But on the other side, when you look at the Cardinals, like what's going on with their offense? The only time they've beaten the Rams this year, they ran the football. They didn't run the football early, and then Kyler Murray looks like a shell of himself. I have never seen a quarterback panic as easily as he has done. What in the Carson Wentz is that right there? You cannot make that mistake in the end zone. Kyle has to settle down in the pocket. And if you're head coach Cliff Kingsbury, you have to figure out a way to make sure you can come out in the second half and establish a run and settle your young quarterback down. Kyler Murray is panicked right now, and it's not looking good.
Adam, as wild card weekend wraps up, plenty of news.
Yes, Susie, Jimmy Garoppolo has a shoulder injury now to go along with his thumb injury, and the 49ers aren't sure whether they'll have Fred Warner or Nick Bosa on Saturday night in Green Bay. Mike Mayock fired by the Las Vegas Raiders, and Dan Quinn has 4 interviews set up this week. Broncos, Dolphins, Bears, Vikings, a man in demand. He will have a head coaching job if he wants one.
He's going to be selective. The firing from the Falcons crushed him. He found joy again with the Cowboys. He's going to make sure it's the
They
right
don't want to
place.
lose him either.
They don't. Coming up here at halftime, after the break, don't miss the world trailer premiere of the all-new Marvel Studios original series, Moon Knight, streaming March 30th, only on Disney+.
You're watching the USAA Insurance Halftime Show. Insurance for the military community. USAA, an official insurance sponsor of the NFL.
USA, this is Stephanie.
Hi, this is Robert. I'd like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
I can help you with that. What's your member number?
87.
It should be between 5 and 12 digits.
Busted. This is Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. I'm not a member.
Mr. Gronkowski, USAA is for the military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
Oh, but I'm special.
USAA, it's still only for the military community.
What if this isn't just a stadium? What if it's actually a data source that could shape the future of football to help keep players healthy, safer, and reduce injuries?
This is the moment we change it all.
The NFL with Amazon Web Services is using artificial intelligence to create the digital athlete, an injury prevention and prediction tool, running any play, from any angle, in any condition. We're talking infinite simulations, because striving to make the game safer is no longer a what if, but what's next.
I am the greatest woman of all time.
I'm out here to prove it to those that have seen me work tirelessly. Those are the people that I'm fighting for.
Welcome back to the USAA Insurance Halftime.
And now, the world trailer premiere of Marvel Studios' Moon Knight.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I think I'm losing it.
We'll catch you on. You're bloody useless, Stevie.
Stephen. I can't tell the difference between life and dreams. Thank you. Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Thanks. Now hold the phone. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're alive. What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark? It must be very difficult. The voice in your head. Shut up! There's chaos in you. Embrace the chaos.
That looks fun. At SoFi, Rams got it rolling early. Matthew Stafford hits Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ's first playoff receiving touchdown. Second half coming on ESPN and on ESPN2 with Peyton and Eli.
That's kind of the new rule now. Any guest on the show has to send Eli some swag.
I could definitely say Eli is that guy.
Is the only reason he would do it if he was allowed to wear khaki shorts?
I'm just happy he even came out. His wife told him that he couldn't, and he still did it.
I saw a clip of you sacking Heisman Trophy winner Charlie Ward. You watch that highlight every morning just to get your day started out right.
I do. I put on my fanny pack and I watch that highlight.
You know, I'm not like you and Peyton where I make up my own nickname for myself.
USAA, an official insurance sponsor of the NFL, thanks you for watching the USAA Insurance Halftime.
If you've been watching, we can talk about vaccine hesitancy.
There is a subcategory that is afraid about the speed at which the vaccine was developed. The pioneers are just amazing, incredible individuals. I mean, we're standing on the work that they did.
It really wasn't rushed through. It's extremely difficult to predict who's going to die from COVID and who's not going to die from it.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above-knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Club.com.
Juliana Pena looking to spin this MMA World on its axis.
This crowd ready to celebrate.
Small businesses that switch to Spectrum Business can cut their internet and phone bill in half, and we'll prove it. Grab your current bill and go to spectrum.com/business calculator. Enter your current internet and phone services. Enter your monthly expense. See how much you can save. It's that easy. See for yourself by visiting spectrum.com/business calculator or call 877-888-9112 and we'll calculate your savings for you. And then make the switch to Spectrum Business.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
No one has faster internet speeds than Spectrum Business. We're built for the new way you do business. The extra online orders you're making, the way your customers are using Wi-Fi when they come in, the increase in to-go orders you're dishing out. We get it. Small businesses are working harder and smarter than ever. And with speeds all the way up to a gigabit per second and over 99.9% network reliability, Spectrum Business is the best internet to keep your business up to speed. No nonsense, just
of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
It is a great pleasure to welcome you to the first ever Monday Night Football playoff game.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh no, Beckham Jr. got it down!
The things that go on at the bottom of that pile.
Kyler, it's intercepted!
You absolutely can't do that.
And it's all Rams. It's all gone wrong for Arizona. Out of the half, flying into the third quarter, 21-0. Home team. And all the pressure on both of these quarterbacks. And Matthew Stafford, rather economical first half. Kyler and the Cards really struggled. Time now for the Mercedes EQ third quarter reset. Keep in mind, Cooper Kupp has one catch.
Yeah, Sean McVay wanted to come into this game, and he wanted to establish the run game, and that's exactly what they did with Sony Michel and with Cam Akers, and this offensive line started to push people, working together up front. That, to me, was the biggest difference in the first half, Lewis.
Yeah, because really what they did is they got inside the Cardinals' head now. Now they don't know if they can match this football team blow for blow, and once you get a team on its heels, physically and mentally, especially in a high-pressure situation like this, now you've got them where you want them, and now it's going to be imperative the leadership of the Cardinals respond here. Otherwise, they're going to get blown out in the second half, so we'll see what happens.
I saw Steve Keim, the GM of the Cards, on the field. He said he's never seen Kyler in the facility this week or at any time his entire career. Kingsbury said the same thing, just hasn't materialized in that first half.
So if you're going to talk to Kyler Murray at halftime and say, listen, obviously that's not how we want to play football, but you're going to be remembered for how you play in this second half. Now, you have a long road, an uphill road to go, but settle down, take back control of the huddle, and that's going to be the only way that you're going to get back in this football game.
We'll get Lisa's reports from the two head coaches coming up shortly here. And again, the Rams getting the football. Already a 21-0 lead. They'll get it at the 25. Down to Lisa Salters.
Steve, Sean McVay told me that he loves everything about the way his team is playing. He said the defense could not have played a better first half. On offense now, he says we've got to continue to run the ball, be efficient, and then pick and choose our spots. Exactly the opposite for the Cardinals. Cliff Kingsbury said the first half was about as bad as it could have been. He said we couldn't get anything going, but Kingsbury said there are no 21-point plays, so we've got to play now like it's 0-0. Steve?
All right, Lise, thank you. Rams will start from their own 25. Van Jefferson in motion and handed to Sony Michel. Straight ahead for 4. Keep in mind, for the Rams have this 21-0 lead. And their last 3 possessions started at midfield, their own 49 and their own 42, and they went 3 and out in all 3 of those drives. So the Cardinals' defense has done a little something now, but they definitely need to stop here.
But this is the most important drive of their season right here. If they do not keep them from getting in the end zone, and this team goes up 4 scores, it's over if that happens. This is the most important drive of the season right here.
Number 28. Right back to Michel. Will be wrestled down by Jalen Thompson. Pick up a 4. Bring up a 3rd down.
I think what's interesting is Vance Joseph has begun to sub Tanner Vallejo, the linebacker, for Isaiah Simmons on run downs. And a big part of the reason why is Isaiah Simmons has not become that downhill physical run-stopping linebacker that they had hoped he has become. And he's become their coverage linebacker. And so now on the 3rd down he comes in, but on rush downs Vallejo is taking him out.
That's Kupp, bottom of your screen on 3rd and 3. Stafford. Higbee hangs on to that one. Pickup of 11, first down, Rams on the move.
This offense wants to get Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee on the same side of the field. Here's Kupp, here's Higbee, and they're going to run combination routes with those two. If you don't cover Kupp, obviously he's going to get it, but they're going to bring Higbee right behind Kupp, knowing that defenses are going to have to account for him, and there's a wide open cavity in the defense.
Ryan, come on. We got two out here. 55 out here. You got to squeeze. There you go.
Just got it away. Stafford throws and through the hands of Cooper Kupp. Don't see that every day.
And Cooper Kupp just turned around, spotted up against this zone coverage that the Cardinals are running right now, and it's almost too easy for him right now. He just took his eyes off it. You can see it right there. Doesn't look it in, which is something that this young man just does not do.
Well, these two are on the same page so often. He was expecting that ball on the inside shoulder. It came on the outside shoulder. You could see him always starting to turn, and that's why he couldn't bring it in.
Kupp said that Stafford yelled at him for the first time ever in Week 14 against these Cardinals in Glendale. He might get yelled at again here. 2nd and 10.
Matchup with Higbee.
Stafford, quick throw. Odell Beckham Jr. got started slowly, and Chandler Jones there first for the Cardinals.
Now, this is a critical third down. Last time on third down, 3rd and short, they didn't challenge the Rams receivers very much. Arizona's defense didn't. Right now, they're going to have to make sure that they're playing zone. They got to match these patterns much more aggressively. It's imperative they get off the field here.
3rd and 8. Stafford has time. Now hit as he throws. Flag comes in. Wanted Kupp, and it's knocked away. Byron Murphy on the coverage. We'll check the marker.
You get a flag, a hold on Murphy. Gardeck has placed a huge hit on Stafford.
Before the pass was thrown, holding. Defense number 34. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
See Stafford feeling the effects of that hit. Grabbing his chest.
And he said 34, but Jalen Thompson was in the middle of the field. He must have met Byron Murphy right here on Cooper Kupp. See, those are the kind of mistakes. Those are kind of mistakes when they keep you on the field and you see that big hit that Gardeck puts on Stafford. You can tell he could feel it mid-hit, right in the sternum.
Well, that takes your breath away right there. I mean, you're on the ground there and you can't catch your breath. That's one of those for sure. He's taken too many of those. He took a big one in the Jacksonville game. That's something that, Matthew is as tough as they come. And he wants to hold on to the ball to the last minute to make that big play, but you can't take those big shots.
And he wants to finally win a playoff game. Now people stop talking about that. Here's Odell Beckham Jr. He wants to throw it. Got a man down the sideline. It's Cam Akers. And the Rams aren't done yet. It's some razzle-dazzle Hollywood style. Gain of 40. OBJ to Akers, the longest play of the night.
Here's Akers in the backfield, and he's just going to release after this ball. He's going to make sure that it's thrown backwards. That's the last play. But that ball has to be thrown backwards, and then you get back in OBJ. I saw him throw this in practice yesterday, and he didn't throw it very well yesterday. He threw it short, but Sean McVay came up to say, it's okay, big fella, it's all right. I'm still going to call it. I still love it, even though you didn't throw it in practice well. Some guys are just primetime players.
That's something he's doing going back to his Giants days.
Likes the bright lights. So we got a timeout. The play clock winding down. Odell Beckham Jr., 4 of 6 passing in his career prior to tonight. 144 yards and 2 touchdowns entering this evening.
And you got to get these guys involved in these kinds of plays. Like Odell's he's got that energy, right? You let him throw a ball and he's going to love you for a month.
Beckham told Lisa this week he was going to have a big night tonight. No doubt about that, Lisa.
Yes, Steve, I talked to him last night, and he was so excited. You could hear it in his voice. He was getting even more juiced up watching the other games on TV. He told me he was fully expecting to have a big game tonight, that he feels like everything that's happened to him in this season in his life has been preparing him for this moment. I asked him, do you feel like you're about to go off in this game? And he said, I really do. I can feel it in my heart, and I'm ready. Steve?
6 receiving touchdowns in 9 games, including tonight with the Rams. Had none in his 6 games with the Browns. Stafford to throw. There's Cooper Kupp. His second grab. The only other catch for Cooper Kupp tonight came on the Rams' second play from scrimmage. That's a long time ago.
You know, just going back to OBJ, like, I think this is really smart by Sean McVay because he's thinking about this game, yeah, but, you know, they're in control of this game. He's also thinking about the long play here and the rest of the journey to the playoffs and getting him on board and happy as these games continue to get bigger and bigger.
And I think at the same time with Cooper Kupp, he's saving some wear and tear on him tonight. You don't even need him. You don't need him. The running backs are controlling this game.
Can still get a first down at the 1. Kupp turning around off the turf and into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Vance Joseph talked about the fact that when you play leverage coverage on him and it's not double, he's just going to run away from your leverage. And Byron Murphy, you see him sitting at the goal line, hard inside leverage. Cooper Kupp's just going to turn that out. He's going to make a shoestring grab just like this, and it's going to be 6. One-on-one, you're playing soft off and inside. That's 6 all day long.
Yeah, it's cover 0 blitz. There's no safety, and Vance Joseph's trying to play more aggressive, but Byron Murphy's got to be up closer, tighter.
Matt Gay, the extra point. Perfect. Just like the rest of the Rams' effort this evening. Early stages, third quarter. 28-0, Los Angeles.
Caroline, wait. Mitch? Look, I know I messed up, but I told Diane it's over. Can we have some space? Oh. Yeah, of course.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Mitch, you live in a van.
I'm a free spirit.
I thought I was getting my floors clean, and then I learned my mop could be loaded with bacteria. So I got a Swiffer WetJet to get a cleaner clean. The spray breaks down dirt, and the pad absorbs it deep inside. Bye-bye.
Try WetJet with a money-back guarantee.
The land is dying, and the machines are out of control. Whatever comes, I will be ready.
Rated T for Teen.
Rain-X Premium Silicone Wiper Blades last 2 times longer than traditional wipers. If Rain-X Premium Silicone Wipers survive these conditions, clearly they'll last in yours. Rain-X, outsmart the elements.
What are we doing here? Scotty, college athletes can get paid now, man. I'm going back.
Oh, don't go back. Repeat after me. Watch ESPN on Hulu Plus Live TV.
Watch ESPN on Hulu Plus Live TV.
Cash and checks, kid.
Back at SoFi Stadium in Englewood, California. This is the 50th all-time playoff game for the Rams organization. Just the 17th for the Cardinals. And LA is having their way with Arizona. Cooper Kupp, you know he won the Triple Crown, 4th player since 1970, but it's not all about that.
No, look at all the things that he does that don't show up, that people don't notice. Blocking in the run game. And then when you catch that many balls, you're going to be used as a decoy at times. Look look at this. Bring the underneath coverage and allow Tyler Higbee to get behind you. And then the touchdown to OBJ. He's going to force the safety to come over and respect his ability to catch a football. And that gives OBJ a one-on-one. Much like Aaron Donald and Von Miller in that relationship, it's very similar with Cooper Kupp. He's going to draw so much attention that other guys are going to have opportunities to make plays.
Kyler Murray in Arizona. In big trouble here tonight. Need to get something going. Chase Edmonds for a couple. Mentioned the triple crown for Cooper Kupp. That is receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. He had such a season. In fact, he had 22 more catches, 331 more receiving yards, and 2 more receiving touchdowns than anybody else in the league.
Strength and the consistency with which he plays, that's just remarkable. This is really a self-made man, one of the best players in the league.
Kyler to throw. Directs traffic. Hits Rondale Moore. First down, Arizona. Gain of 11.
These underneath zones, these second-level zones between the numbers, just move the chains, get some completion, see if they can get a score on the board. I think that's definitely, I've been saying it, that's where they have to go. Kyler Murray has to get the ball out of his hands fast. The pass rush has been on him all night long.
Edmonds. Just beyond the 40. Pickup of 2. Kyler Murray, you probably know about his decorated high school career. Went 43-0 in high school. On his way to winning the Heisman, the #1 overall pick. Dating all the way back to high school, his worst loss ever in Murray's starting career is 27 points. That was week 13 of 2019 to these Rams. He finds himself down 28 points tonight with 8:40 to go in the third quarter. Trying to set up the screen with Daniels, the tight end. And how about this swarming Rams defense led by Eshawn Robinson and Troy Reeder.
Yeah, and swarming is the right word, Steve. Look, these slow developing plays out on the perimeter that give this defense a chance to go ahead and run and hit. They're just not going to go anywhere. That's not going to get you back in this football game.
Goose egg tonight when it comes to third down conversion so far. Third down and 8. Rams bring some pressure, and the Cardinals run out of that with Chase Edmonds. Floyd to stop. Fourth down.
And Cliff Kingsbury, no hesitation, obviously. Bring James Conner back on the field. You know, you really haven't gotten him involved. Obviously, you know, this hasn't become a running game now. You got to throw the football, but I like getting him matched up on a linebacker in this situation.
4th and 4. Kyler looking to get out of there. Got some speed. Has the first down, and then he ducks down at midfield. Jalen Ramsey put a good hit on him. Gain of 6.
We talked with Raheem Morris about moving Jalen Ramsey around and bringing him inside in that star position for things like this right here to eliminate Kyler Murray in the rush and the scramble, and that's exactly what happened.
And interestingly enough, he lined up outside and just came off his guy and closed. So just that, you're right. You put him inside.
And that throw to Christian Kirk. And that is the first play that Arizona has run on the Los Angeles side of the field. It's also the first catch of the night for Christian Kirk, who is Cardinals' top receiver. No DeAndre Hopkins tore his MCL in week 14. Big part of the struggles for the Cardinals down the stretch, which they lost 4 of the last 5. Changes everything about this Arizona offense. Here's Conner. See where they mark the forward progress. Robinson makes the stop. He's going to be just short. A massive impact with and without, as you would expect, arguably the best wide receiver in the game. And it hurts him everywhere, but especially in the red zone. Not that they've sniffed the red zone tonight.
Well, look, I mean, when we talked to Jalen Ramsey, he said, look, without him on the outside, it really does allow them to go ahead and focus on making sure they defend inside out. Look, A.J. Green is still a fantastic wide receiver, but he just changed everything with him not being on the field.
Rather generous spot, gives him a first down. Here's Edmonds now. Terrell Burgess made the stop.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Chase Edmonds' show here going forward. You know, James Conner, you know, we talked about last week, he took a real big shot to his ribs, and he's trying to push through it, but he took a wicked hit, and he's in pain on the sideline.
Edmonds has his own rib issues. Kyler loads up middle of the field, has Christian Kirk again. Getting him involved all of a sudden, gain of 23.
And that's exactly where they need to start.
And flags come in now, frustration. Looks like Donald and Pugh getting together. These NFC West rivals.
Yeah, a lot of frustration. You know, this offensive line for Arizona, now they're being asked to pass block on almost every single snap, and against Aaron Donald, they're getting frustrated. And he and the left tackle Humphreys got into it.
See, Zach Ertz is in there too. Ertz told us this rivalry, he gets the sense, it reminds him a little Eagles-Cowboys.
Yeah, which is about as nasty as it gets.
Clay Martin and his crew will sort this out.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 99, 15-yard penalty automatic, first down.
All individual assignments for this officiating crew. None of Clay Martin's regular crew working with him here tonight.
Yeah, you see Humphreys has a hold of Aaron Donald's face mask. His helmet's already been dislodged.
He's going for the rake across the face.
Yeah, Aaron is not the one, man. He's just not the guy.
Now you got to hold it. Yeah, you got the.
And he's the one who took it off him.
Penalty puts Arizona in the red zone for the first time tonight. 11th play of the drive upcoming. See if Donald will cool down a little bit. Eno Benjamin in the backfield for the Cardinals. To the left to Kyler Murray. Murray, quick throw to Conner. Lowers the shoulder. Mark him down to the 2. Second and goal.
All right, I got a lot of respect for what James Conner is doing in this game. Aaron Donald had a similar injury last year. Remember in the playoffs, he had that rib, and it was really painful. I mean, it's hard to play with that. But at the running back position where you're getting hit multiple times on every single play, it's even harder. And James Conner is showing a lot of toughness tonight.
Got A.J. Green down here at the bottom of the screen. Significant size advantage.
Conner gave it to him. Touchdown. Sneaks through there.
That's a heck of a run.
And the Cardinals are on the board. They'll worry about the rib pain later.
Well, he's the guy that on this offense, maybe more than any other, he is the guy that established the attitude. And this is what they've been missing in the red zone. They haven't been as good with him. He missed 2 games towards the end of the year, and they just haven't had that physical presence.
And he took a wicked shot from Nick Scott right there at the goal line. And a tough run.
28-6. The card says go for 2. Toss caught. Antoine Wesley on the 2-point conversion, and flags come in.
And after Donald was getting into it, now it's Kelvin Beachum and Leonard Floyd on the other side. And the officials going to have to get control of this one.
Result of the play was a successful two-point try. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, Arizona number 68. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. 15 yards, timeout.
Take a look right at your screen. Kelvin Beachum. He got flagged. Cards are on the board.
Oh man, my laces are ruined. The gender reveal was more fun than I thought.
Get in the back.
Look, your cousin dared me. I had no choice.
My cousin is 12.
This is your captain speaking. You know, because they're like captain's chair. To be fair, I did say heads up.
To be fair, you're sleeping on the couch.
Hey, Mercedes, change lighting to baby blue.
I think you're actually more annoying back there. Get up here.
The Mercedes-Benz GLS. Perfect bliss, wherever you sit.
I'm gonna grab the handle now.
Son, it's time we had the talk.
No, Dad.
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places, so even here, I can use my new iPhone 13 Pro with 5G to share this video I made with your mom in cinematic mode. What? Plus, with speeds as fast as Wi-Fi nationwide, I can upload this fast.
I'm not sure you want to share that.
Too late. Already hit send.
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Just one of the reasons T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
He's rushing the cooler. He's going for a Truly. He extends for a strawberry lemonade.
Hey, I'm the wild berry. I don't believe it. He went for 2.
Julian, you're scaring the customers.
Back to you, Jerry.
On my travels across the country, I came across this house with water dripping from the ceiling. You never know when something like this will happen. So let the Geico Insurance Agency help you with homeowners insurance and protect yourself from things like fire, theft, or in this case, water damage. Now, if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere upstairs there's a broken pipe.
Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance at geico.com.
The KFC chicken sandwich is only served one way. Straight from the fryer, piping hot, and Kentucky Fried to order. If you don't like it this way, you'll have to go somewhere else. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Cardinals off their scoring drive and two-point conversion. Wild card round winners have won the Super Bowl 10 times. Remember last season, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the winner of the wild card round, on their way to the Super Bowl. And a championship in Tampa. Winner tonight goes to visit Tommy next week. Short kick. Powell from the 10. Out beyond the 30. Donalisa.
Steve, James Conner told me before the game that those ribs are still extremely sore on his left side. You can see the thick layer of protection he's wearing there, but he told me he did not want to get a pain-killing injection tonight because of what happened to Tyrod Taylor last season when Taylor, who was playing for the Chargers, got an injection right before a game in week 2, and the team doctor accidentally punctured his lung. Connor told me, I'm just playing it safe. I don't want that happening to me. It's painful, but I got to play through it. It's the playoffs.
Thanks, Lise. Having had Connor and Edmonds together on a regular basis, another reason for their struggles late during the regular season. From 31, here's Cam Akers. Shot by Hicks, pick up 4 on the play.
I've been really impressed with Cam Akers. You know, he brings a different element. He's a little more slippery. He can get through smaller holes. Sony Michel is so much more powerful, but Cam Akers has that speed, that breakaway speed. And it doesn't look to me, Lewis, like that Achilles hasn't impacted any of that.
No, he's jump cutting all over the place. He looks like he's going through a combine bag drill out here every time he touches the ball. Just a remarkable story. Great 1-2 punch that they have going for him now here in the playoffs.
Akers has 40 yards rushing and 40 yards receiving. Remember, he caught the pass from Odell Beckham Jr. Here's Stafford, loads up, middle of the field for Van Jefferson. On the money. Beats Marco Wilson and Jalen Thompson for 41.
Just watch watch Jefferson's release. It's just beautiful. And then the top of the route, just to gain a little bit of separation. You see the safety, Jalen Thompson, he's favoring a little bit too far outside, can't get over the top. But Van Jefferson right now has become just a fantastic route runner. That's what he was like at Florida. Sean has brought him along perfectly, and he just fits in seamlessly in this passing game and has become a great downfield threat.
First catch tonight for him, and that's the longest play of the night for 41. Here's Akers picking and choosing. Got the Rams inside the red zone again. Gain of 8.
When you're Sean McVay and you're getting 8 yards a pop running the football like this, I mean, why would you throw it? And when you do throw it, and you throw it off a play-action pass, and you're getting those kind of chunk plays. I mean, you're right now, you would just love to be inside of his head right there and just think about and just hear what he's thinking about, because everything is working, everything is building off of each other. And the Cardinals basically have not had an answer for it all night.
Well, I tell you what's going on in there. Everything he calls works, and he says, listen, I'm going to call this so I can set that up, and we can run the ball, play action. I really have the whole inventory available to him.
Akers again. First down, now inside 5 on Buda Baker, who remains down on the field for the Cardinals.
Boy, you just hope that Buda is okay. That was a wicked hit.
And the medical personnel got to him really quickly out on the field.
AT&T is America's most reliable 5G network, so now you'll never miss a moment.
Great.
Can you imagine what you do if the game just cut out in the middle of the action?
I can. We would immediately start tearing out our hair and screaming at the top of our lungs.
A real animalistic, primal scream that devolves into full-on sobbing.
Oh, that sounds very specific, like it's happened before.
About an hour ago.
That's why we switched to AT&T.
It's not complicated. AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure. America's most reliable 5G network.
Keep on rising till we're touching the stars. The NHL All-Star Game, February 5th on ABC and ESPN+.
Now with Spectrum Mobile, if you get 2 or more lines, it's just $29.99 a month each. $29.99! And you get everything. You get unlimited data. You also get this.
Technology that delivers the fastest overall speeds.
You had a copy of that, right? Good thinking. There's no contracts, added taxes, or hidden fees. Sorry, lawyers. But you do get nationwide 5G included. It's like we got some weather coming in. Cloudy, with a chance of the best deal in mobile. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Now you can get Spectrum Mobile for just $29.99 a month when you get 2 or more lines. $29.99. You get unlimited data and 5G included. And you get the most reliable service coast to coast for $29.99. Mind if I cut through?
No, go ahead.
And you also get the fastest overall speeds for just $29.99 a month.
$29.99?
Oh, I know. It's very good.
This is thousands of hours of advanced research and development.
It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
The great Buda Baker is still being assisted on the field. Got the stretcher out. You can see the concern from both teams for the player Baker. And there was still some animosity going on while we were in the television break. Players pushing and shoving, coming together as well.
Yeah, they were. I don't think that the Cardinals players took too lightly or took too kindly to what Cam Akers' response was as he walked past Buda Baker after the play was over. And in fairness to Cam, as we talked about here in the booth, I don't think he knew maybe the seriousness of what just happened. But that's what the Cardinals players were disappointed about. You see Cam Akers come here and finish on this run and gets the best of Buda Baker, and Buda takes a shot to the side of the head.
Right. And Cam, when Cam gets up, he doesn't know what's going on with Budda Baker, and
he gestures to him as he walks past him.
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah,
you see it right there,
and that upset a lot of the Cardinals.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And while we've been watching this, Cam Akers been on one knee, kind of concerned about Budda Baker.
Keenan.
Hey, Keenan.
Looking good.
Feeling good. I just found all these cars on Auto Trader.
Wow.
I wait for the best part there, Microwave. A dealer is going to deliver this car to our home.
Never leave home. Never leave home.
Oh, it's here. There is one thing I can't do from home. Drive.
Someone stop him.
Got the lead refrigerator. Roll out.
This is the thing about changing the world. It never wants to be changed. It'll dig in its heels and try to crush you. But fortunately for us, we are in the world-changing business. You don't bleed for it.
Travis is a liability.
The notorious bad boy of tech.
We can conquer the world!
It is time for the final question. Who is offered the Rogers rates? Jake from State Farm? Basically anyone? Sorry, buddy, that's incorrect.
See? We offer great rates that fit anyone's budget.
That's enough. Thank you very much. Jessica in the middle. You said me? No. Sorry. What are we doing? Whatever. Also me. Great LOL. That was really important. Of course. Everybody gets the rates, I guess.
Prescribing great rates that fit any budget. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
I turned my astrology gift into a business, which I'm sensing will require getting some help on my taxes.
I'd love to help. We can reduce your tax bill with quarterly payments.
I knew you were going to say that.
You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit. TurboTax Live.
In 2022 at Burger King, 2 is better than 1. Get the Whopper and the Impossible Whopper in the 2 for $6. That way, you can get all this for just $6. Start the year off right with the 2 for $6 deal at Burger King.
This was just moments ago. You're just waiting for the signal, some movement there, and there you see Budda Baker puts his right hand in the air. And while there was a penalty on the play, John Parry, not the penalty many fans at home might think it should have been.
Right, they did have a hold, and that was a correct call. Some people may be looking at that. Why isn't that use of helmet? You know what? We've looked at it several times. It looks like they're trying to get the shoulders in and the head out. Just exactly what we want. Just a tough play health-wise.
And then you could have gotten a taunting penalty end as well.
Yeah.
From Akers.
And I think it should have been a taunting.
See if Lisa can get a report for us on Budda Baker. Going to the Pro Bowl for the 4th time. And the only all-pro player on this Arizona team. Stafford chased out by Zach Allen. Gain of 10.
This is all working for Matthew Stafford. He was trying to get Cooper Kupp one-on-one against Byron Murphy on a little option route. It was shut off by Murphy. He takes off and runs.
The only thing Matthew's thinking about right now is continue to play a clean game. Don't give them any gifts or any reason to get back into this game. Continue to make the right decisions. No reason to risk the football.
3rd and 1. For a while there, Stafford was out rushing the Cardinals all by himself in the first half. Not going to get to the marker. And that's J.J. Watt. Loss of 4 to the first impact play we've seen at a 99 in white.
Here he is right here. He's just going to knife inside. And it's that left shoulder. Look and put that shoulder in there. He beats Havenstein into the backfield. And that's what we have been so accustomed to seeing J.J. Watt do on a consistent basis. And the fact that he's able to come out here and do that after what he's been through, and the fact that he's playing hard still with the situation that this game is in, is unbelievable.
Still in the game. Here's Matt Gay. As the quarter winds down. And we'll start the fourth with a field goal attempt. The Rams by 20. Quarter away from a trip to Tampa Bay.
Can I ask you a question? Am I out of focus?
You're fine.
Yeah, but I mean, look at me. I'm all blurry.
Well, you're supporting cast.
What?
The camera focuses on the most important character, which is me.
Well, what if my character had a big reveal?